This is the most successful scam show of all time. A hit in 45 countries around the world. The real hustlers have stolen cars.
Hi.
It's perfectly safe there.
Burgled houses. Picked. Switched. And ditched.
A tenner for the whole lot.
They've carried out close to 500 scams and stolen over £1 million. And now they're back for an 11th series. Alex, Jess and Paul. With new recruits, Polly and Jazz. Their job? To expose the tricks of the criminals' trade so that you don't get scammed. On tonight's show, guest hustler Shane Lynch is having a very bad hair day.
It's not a bad idea.
Jazz's prop bet is all in the balance. And Paul shows you why you should never play cards with some blokes in some bar.
The next card I turn over is your card.
Okay.
The marks in this show have no idea they're being hustled. They agreed the footage could be shown so that you can avoid falling for the same scams. The hustlers have invited celebrity friends to see if they can cut it as con artists. But they'll have no clue what the scam is about, and there are no dress rehearsals. So this is sink or swim. Today's guest hustler is actor, motorsport nut and boy's own hunk, Shane Lynch.
I'm not a good guy for doing people out of money or anything of such, but that's why I'm here. I'm here to kind of learn a new side. My morals don't allow me to actually cheat people out of anything. If it's me dropping the bombshell on the person who's perhaps going to be devastated to losing something, then I'm going to feel terrible, absolutely terrible.
Shane knows nothing about the role he'll be asked to play in today's scam. He's just been told to go to a local landmark and keep an eye out for a sexy swindler.
Hello, you're right, Shane. Nice to meet you. How are you feeling?
A little bit nervous.
Oh, don't worry, we're going to take good care of you. Have you ever heard the expression, fool me once, shame on you, fool me twice, shame on me?
Uh-huh.
Yeah? Well, today you're going to be helping us scam the same person, not once, but twice.
Right.
Now, you look gorgeous, but we do have a costume for you. I'm going to throw everything at you today.
Let's have it.
Today we'll separate the boys from the men in Fool Me Once. It's lunchtime in a busy town centre and people are going about their business. These guys have just come from a bureau de change, and that's why this guy is now the mark.
Excuse me. Hello there, my name's Susie. Can I just ask, did you just exchange some money just now? You did? We're just doing an investigation. Can I ask you just to follow me, please? We just need to check your money for you.
So there's some kind of undercover operation being carried out in the area.
I think you're going to be able to help us. Thank you. Don't worry, you're not in any trouble. Don't worry about it.
It's a pretty weird request, but as it comes from a pretty lady, the mark does as he's asked and accompanies Jess.
Any change, please?
Sorry.
Have a nice day.
Ian, these gentlemen both.
A little further up the road, they meet Jess's colleague, Alex.
Green steel. Come with me, gentlemen. Just a routine check.
He's very confused, but still keen to help. He follows the investigators to their van.
We've had reports of counterfeit money being passed to people, usually from exchange shops or other stores. So we're trying to pinpoint where all this money is being leaked in. So all I need to do is just check that the money that you have is genuine.
Right, would you like to check the euros or the pounds?
Pounds. Okay, how much is that? 400. 400, okay.
So Alex and Jess are investigating reports that local money shops are laundering cash by exchanging good currency for bad. Legit banknotes have watermarks to identify real cash from fake. These show up under UV light.
Check this one.
Would you say it's the first time that you've used that shop?
Alex checks if the cash is counterfeit, and he has good news.
You're fine. Everything looks fine. So, but thank you for letting us have a look.
Thank you very much.
Cheers.
The Mark's cash is all legit, so he's free to go. That beggar seems to be trailing the Mark. That's because it's Shane.
Bit of an improvement, I reckon.
Yeah.
This is Shane's first big moment. He has to stop the guys dead in their tracks.
Excuse me, gentlemen. My name is Alan Ladd. This is my colleague
Hi there,
here.
operations manager.
Daisy Mina.
I'm pretty sure I just spoke to you up there.
No, we need to have a word with you about them, actually. They're not actually who they say they are. Come with us right now, up, just literally up here. You're not in trouble, don't worry. We just need to check everything that's happened. If you could just follow us up, my boss needs to have a quick word for you.
Good hand, you're all in.
The Mark's already been intercepted by 2 undercover investigators. Now he's being asked to cooperate all over again. Shane and Polly have their work cut out to convince him a second time. If he walks away now, the whole scam's over.
No, calm down, you're not in trouble.
You look fake to me, mate.
No, listen, you're not in trouble.
You look fake to me, pal.
Sorry, this is my job.
You're not in trouble, don't worry. We'll be 2 minutes just up here. We just need to make sure your money is okay.
Thank you very much for your cooperation.
Just up. No, please.
Eventually, he agrees to go upstairs into a stakeout location being run by Paul and Jazz.
You keep an eye, just let me know when they leave, yeah?
It certainly looks like an official operation, but the Mark has clearly had enough of being ordered around.
Your name is?
Derek.
Derek, how are you?
How do you think, Emma?
Well, do you know what's just happened?
I don't know.
Gentleman just examined your money. This guy here. This one here. So whatever money he's given you, if he swapped it, we're going to give you real cash back, all right? So you're covered.
Paul's got some bad news about the cash Alex handled at the van. It's probably been swapped for fake notes.
All right, how much did you give him?
Under £500.
All right, can I have a look at what he's given you back? No envelope, nothing like that, no? Very good. Well, as you can see, these are all fake. Nothing.
So not only was Alex, the investigator at the van, fake, he also swapped the Mark's cash for fake notes. There are clearly no watermarks visible under the UV light.
Okay, so you can see that's all fake. This is what a real bill should look like. All right, see that? Big difference, right? Okay, unfortunately it's under £500. Are you okay?
No,
Well, have a seat then. Derek, have a seat.
Right now, the Mark doesn't know who to believe. He just wants his money back.
Did you suspect him?
I suspect, of course I did. I suspect it. I suspect you was enough. Try to get me off the street.
Well, I understand that. That's perfectly fine.
yeah.
Well, the good news is I'm going to give you cash to replace that.
To help convince the Mark that Paul and his team are the real deal, he's going to refund the full amount in real cash.
Do you mind passing that blue envelope over?
Boss, I just want to let you know I've got eyes on the 2 suspects. And the van's still here and they've just popped in.
Give us a couple of minutes. Do me a favour before I give it to you. Please check it. I'll show you what you're looking for. Just looking for those stripes there. Yeah, that's it.
Well, as far as I know, I might walk here. You may be the fake ones.
This could be fake money as well.
You
Yeah.
may be the fake
Well,
ones, but
let me.
you may be the genuine ones. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Well.
Having been stung once, the Mark is suspicious. But Paul proves the money is real by showing him the UV watermarks.
That's the cash from this.
But here's the thing. The money the Mark had with him at the beginning was real. The money he was given back was real. And the money that he's just been given by Paul is also real. What are the hustlers playing at?
Well, as you can see, these are all fake.
The trick here is in that UV lamp.
Nothing at all. See that?
There are actually 2 bulbs in the note checker. When Paul took the money from the Mark, the UV bulb was off.
Nothing at all.
Then he gave Polly a signal.
This is what a real bill should look like.
And she flicked the UV switch on, and that made the watermarks light up for all to see.
Big difference, right?
The Mark doesn't know it, but all the cash has been 100% real all the time.
That's the cash from this.
He's got all his money back, and now Paul's just about to make him an amazing offer.
Are they still there?
Yeah, the van's still there. They're actually still in the cafe, so they've been there for a couple of minutes. They're probably having a coffee or something. So they'll probably be there for about 5, 10.
Did you get the sense that they were going to stay or go?
I think they're hanging around for a while, myself. I've been there 2, 3 hours.
How much more cash do you have on you?
Why?
There's a £5,000 reward if we arrest them with more than £1,000.
In return for helping Paul catch Alex and Jess red-handed, the Mark will get a whopping £5,000 fee.
I don't know if they believe me, so there you go. Maybe if you put me off the street first and gave me this malab in the room about trusting it. Think about it that way, that's what you should have done.
Well, that's the problem. He's pretending to be us.
You must have seen that last approached me when I came out the first
Oh, we watched the whole thing. We got the whole thing on camera.
Why did you not come down and say something about it then?
Because we have to catch him in the act. We're hoping you've got more than £1,000. That's the truth.
Sensing that they're losing the Mark, Shane steps in to convince him.
I mean, I can assure you you've been in very safe hands, by all means.
He'll be with you the whole time. Nobody will leave you alone with him. I guarantee it.
No, not buying it, mate.
Are you sure?
Okay.
Unsure who he can trust, the Mark refuses to help. Unless the hustlers can persuade him otherwise, this scam's going nowhere. When hustlers go out, they don't take money. They take prop bets. The proposition bet has only one rule, and that's that the hustler always wins.
OK, I'm going to try a proposition bet for you. What I need you to do is, I need you to hold this note from both ends like this, and I need you to balance the 10p piece on its side like that, on the top here, and you have to hold it for 3 seconds. Yeah?
For 3 seconds.
For 3 seconds. So I'll give it to you to have a try. If you can do it, I'll get you whatever your favourite drink is. If you can't do it, you have to get me one, yeah? Yeah?
All right, I think I could win.
So Jazz is offering a round of drinks to his new friends if they can balance a coin in the air for 3 seconds on the straight edge of a banknote.
It's not a bad idea. Oh, it's definitely there for a third of a second, maybe. Close, very close.
Well, you could do better than that. I got nearly a second.
It's still good, it's better than most. OK, so what you do is you fold it in half and make sure there's a really well-defined crease at the top here. Open it up on the table, balance the middle of the 10p. There we go.
1, 2, 3.
Success! Jazz creases the banknote to create a kink in the edge, then places the very middle of the 10p over the kink and slowly straightens it out. That's gotta be worth a free drink. Going to the pub with your mates is a time when you should be able to let your guard down. But not when the hustlers are in town. Especially when these boys are fooling around with a deck of cards.
And there it is.
And Jess is on the lookout for some likely marks. These guys look promising. They take a seat in direct line of sight of Alex, Jazz and Paul.
It's painful.
And Jess seizes her opportunity and moves in.
You were the boys getting ID'd at the bar, weren't you? Was it you?
Straight away, their attention is drawn to the commotion in the corner. Looks like a lot of fun.
Come on over.
I'm not, I'm sorry.
Come on over, it's fun.
Yeah,
come on over.
It's,
Yeah, Susie.
Come on, they need to go over.
Invited to join in, Jess takes the marks over to the table so that everyone can get friendly.
Can I just say, I'm not actually betting anything now.
Posing as Jess's colleagues, they're all on a works night out.
Do you play? What do you play?
Poker, blackjack.
These guys seem up for a gamble, and that makes them the marks.
This might be my lucky night.
The lady luck won't be on their side in the smudge.
Take a card out. Take a card out.
Just take a card.
Anyone.
I'll take a card.
That one. Look at it. Don't let me see it. Okay.
To break the ice, Paul shows the guys a card trick.
All right, put it on top there.
Okay.
He's actually trying to find out if they're carrying cash and willing to put their money where their mouths
I
are.
don't see very well anyway, but I'll do it by touch.
Yeah.
Paul's trying to find the Mark's card.
The next card I turn over is your card.
Okay.
The Mark thinks he's missed it, as it's already on the table.
And how much would you bet?
No,
I'll bet 20. Without even looking at it.
I'm happy to match that.
20 quid.
Match that.
20 quid. Next card I turn over is your card. Fair enough?
Right, okay.
Fair enough?
If it is, I'll happily have that money. But if it isn't,
All right.
taking that, right?
There you go. That's the next card I'm turning over.
Oh my God!
He's impressed.
There you go. There you go. Admit.
He's fallen for a simple card trick. But more importantly, he's shown he's willing to play for money. And that's exactly what the hustlers are looking for.
Do you want your money back?
Paul gives him another chance to win.
All you got to do is find that. It's called Find the Lady.
Find the
right?
lady,
That's the
right?
queen.
So I've got to find it, yes.
Anybody. Actually, you want to play? You haven't put any money down.
Here we go.
Here's the idea. I'm going to mix these up like that. All you have to do is decide where the queen is. All right?
Okay.
If you get the queen.
Paul's going to play the classic 3-card Monty, also known as Find the Lady.
There you go. Where would you say it was?
I'd say it was there.
How much you bet? How much you bet?
It's over the far side.
It's not.
Don't lose your money.
I watched it, mate.
Jazz's role here is to be a rubbish gambler, and he's good.
I saw it.
You think it's there? That's not it. Where do you think?
Turn that one over. Turn that one over. Dude, what is wrong with you?
Alex gets it right.
Mate, do me a favour. Lend him your glasses. I'm putting money down this time.
All right, move them around. Okay. Okay. So you should know where it is. Anybody wants to bet? You want 20 quid? Where?
There.
On this one?
Yeah. No, I want this one. Don't try and check. No, this one.
I'm not sure.
This one.
All right, easy.
And Alex gets it right again. The Marks can see how easy it is to win.
Okay, you have a shot.
I'm not playing.
Have a shot.
No.
Maybe the lady will be good at finding the
I
lady.
never get it right.
Just guess where it is. Oh, not for money. Not for money.
Oh, you should have put some money.
The Marks are watching with interest, but they're not getting their money out yet. The hustlers make it look easy, but the Marks are right to be wary, because this is a game you can never win.
You've bet twice now.
Whoa, cards everywhere.
But Jess is just about to convince them that they simply can't lose. The distraction has been staged to let Jess mark the queen with a dab of lipstick. She then makes sure one of the Marks knows all about it.
We'll pick them up. Oh, don't worry about it. I'm fine. Are they all there?
It may be a tiny smudge, but both Marks can clearly see which card is marked.
How much?
Now knowing they're onto a sure thing, they go straight for their wallets.
I'll let you both.
You can both put your money together.
A lot, but what's that? Is that a red one? Yeah, red one.
Right. I'll put 40 down on that one there.
Which one are you going on? You're going on that one?
There's now around 100 quid on the table. All their money is on the marked card.
As long as you go on one, I'll take all the money together. Right? On that one. Which one? On that one.
Yeah.
That's all you got. Turn it over.
But it's a disaster. That's not the queen.
I mean, that's clubs there.
They're stunned. And Paul's cleaned them out.
Well, look, I'll come back. We'll do it again. You've got any more money? Come on, get some more money. I'll give you a chance to win.
One by one, the hustlers leave the table.
That's unbelievable. I was 100% sure.
I'll be right back. I'm so sorry.
The Marks try to work out what just happened to their beer money. Here's what they didn't see. Jess made sure the Marks saw her marking the queen, making them think it was impossible to lose.
I'll put 40 down on that one there.
But by thinking they could hustle the hustlers, they were actually waving goodbye to all their cash.
Okay, sorry, you'll go. No.
Just before the crucial final hand, Alex distracted the Marks and Paul switched all 3 cards for a duplicate set from his pocket. The only difference was that now the losing 3 of clubs had a lipstick smudge on the back. Once this guy turned it over, Alex marked the remaining cards to make them think the lipstick had accidentally smeared across all 3, losing them all their money.
That's our night out in Edinburgh. I sort of cut short of it after losing a bit of money in the bar. I feel gutted and feel like I've made a mug of, to be honest.
The worst thing is we can't get a chance to win the money back. There's always a sense if you lose something, you get the chance to get it back, but we don't. Put me off gambling for life.
This scam is very convincing because the mark thinks he's getting one over on Paul. But if you can see the lipstick mark on the back of the card, you can be sure that everybody else can see it too.
3-card Monte is the granddaddy of crooked gambling games. There are hundreds of variations out there, but the result is always the same. Everyone loses. If you think you know the secret, remember that a little knowledge can be a dangerous thing, and it could cost you a fortune.
Earlier today, Shane Lynch went from pop star to tramp.
Excuse me, gentlemen. My name is Alan Ladd.
He went undercover to persuade this mark to follow him to a hidden stakeout location.
You need to come with us right now, just literally up here. You're not in trouble, don't worry, we just need to check everything that's happened.
Paul then tried to persuade him to be part of a sting operation to catch fraudsters Alex and Jess.
There's a £5,000 reward if we arrest them with more than £1,000.
But unsure who to trust, this guy just wanted out.
No, not buying it, mate. Okay.
Is this scam already all over in Fool Me Once, Part 2? Fraudsters Alex and Jess are waiting at their van. Inside the stakeout, Paul and Shane are still trying to talk the mark into taking part in the undercover sting.
Derek, look at me. I'm telling you, there's a £5,000 reward. It's yours if you want it. That's what we do whenever we catch these guys. We've got to get it off the street, but we can only do it for a certain amount, or you'll not go to jail.
Guaranteed you're in no danger.
None.
Guaranteed.
Oh, you know he suspects something then because he's already seen you today?
No. You're going to go... Here's what I want you to do. Just go up to him and say, look, I've taken out more money. Could you check it for me? Just look like you're a complete sucker. The minute he switches the money, we'll step in. OK? Derek, there's a £5,000 reward. OK?
OK.
No problem, you're a good man.
Finally, he's been convinced.
Will you buy me a drink? If I'm right.
I'll buy you 10 drinks.
All right, can I see how much you've got? What I'll do is I'll put it in an envelope, OK? The minute he opens the envelope, take him, all right? What do you have?
The mark gets out the rest of the cash he's carrying.
OK, all right, yeah. OK, perfect.
For evidence purposes, Paul marks the cash with a UV tagging spray so it can be identified later in court.
Let's put this in here.
All the marked money goes into an envelope.
I'm also going to give you a microphone. Put that at the side.
It wouldn't be a proper undercover sting without a wire.
Please.
Yes, there is one.
Just put it in here. So drop this in here. I'll do it for you. Hold on to this for me, man. OK. Right, I think we better go.
Yeah.
Stay close. Please stay close. And just do what he tells you. Let's go.
Yeah,
Quick.
don't get involved at any point when I go in for the arrest. Just stand back. Let me do what I have to do, OK?
The instant...
Stay safe. We stay safe. It's all good.
The instant he opens the envelope. OK?
OK.
All right. Very important. Hurry up.
The mark follows Shane down the steps and out onto the street.
Recording everything.
So the mark is going to entrap Alex by letting him switch the rest of his cash for counterfeit notes. The whole thing is being recorded, and undercover investigator Shane will be on hand to apprehend the fraudsters. He does what he's been told and takes over $3 grand of holiday cash to Alex and Jess.
Yep. Oh yeah, I'm just going to spin it around.
But Alex wants to turn the van around before he checks the cash.
No, just come with us.
He seems a bit twitchy. Maybe Shane hanging about is putting him off. Alex isn't turning the van around. Instead, he's out of here.
Still have the envelope. Don't move, don't move, don't move.
Shane legs after them, telling the Mark to stay where he is. Not sure what to do, the Mark stays put. Of course, Shane isn't really giving chase. He runs round the corner and jumps straight into the waiting van.
He's coming back, man.
The Mark isn't concerned about being left waiting in the street. After all, he's still holding the envelope full of his cash. Meanwhile, upstairs, it's not so much stakeout
everything
as get out. It looks like no one is coming back. Fearing the worst, the Mark opens his envelope.
I have been done it. There's a paper in it. It was very quick and very deceiving. And I don't know how they put the paper in or how it was changed. Never seen it. Pile of receipts from £3,000.
So how did the Mark end up with a handful of worthless paper? After marking the money, Paul put it in an envelope and sealed it.
I'm also going to give you a microphone.
Whilst being asked to wear a wire for the sting, the Mark didn't notice Paul switching the envelope with real money for an identical one full of newspaper sitting on the bookshelf.
Yes, there is one.
Shane also let Paul know the Mark wasn't paying attention, and from that moment, the cash was as good as gone.
The kind of hustles that go on in the real world, I think it's very, very easy to fall victim. As a witness myself today and a participant myself today, I think I very easily would be one of those victims without a shadow. I could be a mark as much as everybody else could be, but I think without a doubt, you need to be aware of what's around you.
This is a classic case of compliance. The Mark is dealing with people he thinks are officials, and although it goes against all his basic instincts, he has little choice but to do exactly as they say.
Working in an undercover role takes real skill and professionalism. The police and security agencies are never going to come along to you as an amateur and ask you to get involved in an undercover sting operation. If something like that ever occurs, step back from it, ask for their ID, they won't be able to produce it, and walk away.
The Marks in this show have no idea they're being hustled. They agreed the footage could be shown so that you can avoid falling for the same scams. The hustlers have invited celebrity friends to see if they can cut it as con artists, but they'll have no clue what the scam is about, and there are no dress rehearsals. So this is sink or swim. Today's guest hustler is TV presenter and Radio 1 DJ, Nahal.
I'm in Glasgow. Unless it's something particularly Scottish-themed involving tossing cabers, playing bagpipes, I have no idea what is going to happen to me. Hello?
Hello. Can you walk across the bridge and then down the footpath, and I'll meet you at the point?
All right, cool. This program is amazing. I look at it and I've just seen, you know, some of the guys who've done it before. I just thought, can I do that? Could I get in that situation and act it out? Could I look them in the eye and lie to them? I don't know. And now today I'm going to get a chance to find out whether I can. So I'm really excited, yeah.
Well, let me tell you a little bit about what we're going to be doing. Today, we're going to be pulling off an audacious scam.
Okay, we like that word.
The question is, how do you sell something that doesn't actually belong to you without stealing it in the first place?
No idea.
No idea. Should we get going?
Yeah.
I'll tell you more about it.
Yeah.
Nahal's going to have to achieve a double-double. 2 scams with 2 marks in 2 rooms. The hustlers have hired some rooms in a luxury country hotel. The guys lead Nahal as Jess waits outside reception to meet a man about some art.
Hello.
This guy's come here to buy a highly collectible sculpture, and that makes him the Mark. Jess is going to be doing an awful lot of leading people around today, and timing will be crucial. Right now, she's taking the mark to Paul. He's playing the role of art dealer Rob Marks. He's selling a piece that's worth a lot of money.
Just like to take a seat. Rob Marks, this is Peter.
Oh, Peter, how are you? Have a seat.
Thank you.
You find the place okay?
Yes.
While Paul entertains the mark, Jess goes back to meet some guards from a security firm in charge of transporting the precious item from a local gallery to the hotel. They've been told it's being used for a magazine photo shoot, and for insurance purposes, they mustn't let it out of their sight. Jess walks the officer through the grand hall.
I think that's the piece arriving. Looks like security, but Susie's...
And right past Paul and the watching Mark, and into a corridor leading to the room where Nahal, Alex and Jazz have set the stage for the first part of the scam, the photo shoot. Nahal's first role is to play the long-suffering assistant to Alex, a temperamental photographer prone to hissy fits. Jazz is also getting an earful as the apprentice.
I mean, you should know whether we do need backlighting or not. Is that the... Hi. Oh, great, it's here.
Because it's being photographed for a magazine, the piece has been loaned by the owner, so it's free for the day. And there it is, 3 beautifully cast birds in flight. Made from solid bronze, it weighs a ton and is worth a 5-figure sum.
All right, good. Okay, now I just wanted everybody to get off my set in front of my lights.
Being the artist that he is, photographer Alex insists on everything being just right before he starts shooting.
So can I ask you to take that outside? If you...
The prima donna photographer sends one of the guards out of the room.
If you'd just like to take a seat there. Thank you. There's some papers or something you can have a look at.
The other guard is left alone to keep his eye on the sculpture, making him the second mark.
If it goes, don't worry, I'll get it.
He's asked to sit out of the way of the photo shoot. In fact, for this scam to work, it's vital that he doesn't move from that chair.
That's so good. I'm just going to change this light. Do you want...
Don't walk past there! Everybody stop crossing the light. We're pressed for time.
All right.
Just don't cross.
Sorry.
Did you hear what I just said?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Right, OK.
Photographer Alex is starting to boss his underlings around. Nahal and Jazz definitely aren't getting an easy ride from their boss.
No, back.
Okay, sorry.
It's like working with a bunch of amateurs, honestly. It's not funny. Oh, that's kind of working for me there. Jay, what do you think? Yeah, it is. The silhouette is what we're going for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A nice silhouette.
Let me just shoot a couple of test ones.
Sorry.
The Mark's forced to witness the outrageous workplace harassment, and though he can't see the sculpture, its silhouette is plainly visible to him on the screen at all times.
Huh? I don't need that, Jay. You know I don't need that.
Just checking.
This is not your first shoot, okay?
No, I was just checking.
So just try and keep up.
Looks like it's going to be a long wait. Back in the main hall, the other Mark is getting anxious to get on with his deal and buy some valuable art.
I'm just into the girl, carrying that much cash on me. I feel very nervous about it.
That's kind of why we do this here rather than the middle of town, you know.
Well, the sooner I get the money off, mate, I'll feel much better.
The sooner I have your money in my hands, I'll be a lot happier too.
Go along with that.
Okay.
Here's Jess to help the Mark part with his money a bit quicker.
So, Rob, just let you know, they're going to be about another 10 minutes. Do you two want to come through to the whiskey room? It's a bit more comfortable there.
I think that sounds perfect.
Is that
So
okay?
why don't you bring your whiskey through?
Yes? Do you want me to take that for you?
Jess makes sure to give him the first-class treatment as she takes him to a meeting room that happens to be right next door to the photo shoot.
Lovely. Right.
Jess leaves Paul to talk business with the Mark. She heads straight over to let Alex know everyone is in position.
Jay, be quiet. Just for 1 second, let me do my job, all right? I'm gonna get in my own light. Yeah?
It's all right, mate, I'll get it.
I was wondering if you wanted any water or anything to eat or drinks.
No, we're okay, actually, thank you.
That's the signal to Alex, Jazz and Nahal. It's time for the next part of the scam. The hustlers plan to sell this very sculpture to the mark in the next room. But what about that guard?
Just take that off for a second. I want to clean the plinth.
This is where Nahal comes in. He removes the sculpture from the plinth.
Just pick it up from there. Just bring it over here.
Sensing the sculpture's on the move, the guard is on his feet and starts moving around. This is a bad thing. It's vital the mark stays in his chair by the door, because when he's seated, he can't see the other door, which is the one Nahal plans to slip through.
You're right to take a seat, mate.
Jazz tries to convince him to sit down, but he's having none of it. Clearly, it can't be in two places at once, so to keep the mark fooled, Alex quickly replaces the bronze with a worthless cardboard replica. Nahal lifts the statue and makes for the door, as Alex and Jazz keep obscuring the mark's view.
They're just here, okay? Just, you're trailing everything. Just come back when you've got the black stuff.
Done.
So could I ask you to have a seat? Sorry, I know it's, but you're just reflecting lights off there.
If it goes, don't worry, I'll get it.
Yeah.
Cheers, mate.
Alex keeps the mark busy. As long as he stays where he is, they'll be okay. But if he looks behind that screen, the game will be up. Nahal now only has moments to change for the next part of the scam. The photographic assistant is becoming a security guard to take the sculpture through to the adjoining room and one admiring mark.
Come in.
Pick it up over there. Yes, of course, Mr. Marks. I'm not as strong as I look.
That really is stunning. I've seen pictures. This is isn't it amazing? And the photographs don't do it any justice at all.
I mean, it's totally amazing.
The scene's now set for the sale. Coming up, one security guard gets restless, and one happy customer becomes very much not happy. When hustlers go out, they don't take money. They take prop bets. The proposition bet has only one rule, and that's that the hustler always wins.
I've got a challenge for you. Here is 3 shot glasses and 10 coins. They're just normal coins. So I want you to put an odd number of coins in each glass, but you have to use all 10 coins. If you can do it, I'll buy you a drink. If you can't, you've got to buy me a drink.
So to win a drink, Holly's friends need to divide all the coins so there's an odd number in each shot glass. It just doesn't add up.
Okay. Shall I start with you, yeah? Yeah. So an odd number in each glass. 1, 2, 3.
Put 3 in that one as well.
3 in that one.
They have to be inside the glass,
They have to be inside the glass, yeah.
3.
Think of other odd numbers.
Yeah, the odd numbers aren't the hassle. Right. Like that?
You have to have a coin in every glass.
I don't know.
No? Does someone else want to have a little go? No idea?
No idea.
Any idea? Okay, right, so if I can do it, you'll buy me a drink, right?
Definitely.
Yeah? Okay, so 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So there's 3 in there, 3 in there, and 3 in there. So I put 4 in there, and then add that, 7 in there. Odd numbers.
It's easy when you know how. To start, Polly puts 3 coins in each glass and is left with 1 spare. She adds it to one of the glasses and then puts it into one of the others to make 7 coins. So there's 3 in this one, 3 in this one, and 7 in this one. All odd numbers, Polly wins.
The bar's that way, and mine's gin and tonic.
It's a late summer's evening, and judging by Jess's travel bag, she's off on holiday. But before she leaves, she's keen to make a little spending money in the ringer. Jess homes in on her first mark.
Excuse me, can you just help me, please? I've just found this ring just down there. I'm just waiting for a cab. I think it might be, well, I'm pretty sure it's that one in the window, and I don't really know what to do. It's a jeweller's. I mean, it's inside there, so I mean, it's an engagement ring, obviously. I don't know what to do. I'm really late. I've got to go get a plane.
So, Jess has found a ring outside a jeweller's. A poster in the window is offering a £500 reward to whoever finds it. But she's on her way to the airport, so can't come back to claim the cash. Maybe one of these guys could help her out.
I'd love that cash, but I'm not here. I've got to go.
Sounds genuine. How could this possibly be a scam? After all, there's the poster inside the closed shop, and it seems like Jess has found the ring in the picture. It must be for real.
Why did I have to go today? Damn it, damn it.
I could drop it off tomorrow night. I'll be in Glasgow tomorrow.
Yeah?
I could pick it up here.
It'll be open then, won't it?
So he's agreed to help her get the ring back, but it's a shame she's going to miss out on all that lovely reward money. Unless...
If you've got something on you that you can give to me now, then at least I've got something out of it. Then you can get the £500 tomorrow.
I've not even got any cash on me.
Oh, really?
But it sounds like he's broke.
See if you give me a number or something.
I'm sure you're a lovely guy, and I totally trust you. I don't really want to be giving my number out.
She doesn't want to chat on the phone. She just wants his money.
If I take it back.
No, of course.
Yeah, but even if it's like a tenner or something.
Tenner? Sure.
Surely he'll hand over 10 quid, knowing he'll get the £500 reward.
Oh, what, a cash machine?
Success. He's off to get some cash.
Back in 2 minutes.
Hurry up, boys. I've really got to go. I'm so late. Oh, thank you.
And there's the cash.
I think the opening times are on the door.
It's only a tenner, mind you, which hardly seems fair, as the Mark can get the 500 quid reward for the ring tomorrow.
Thank you, Hearn. Thank you. Bye.
At least it'll pay for a cab to the airport. The Mark walks off, thinking he's just struck gold. A few minutes later, here comes a familiar-looking lady, stepping out of a familiar-looking cab, at the exact same spot, and she's only gone and found another ring.
Excuse me. Hiya, sorry, can you help me, please? I just found this ring.
And once again, she singles out a Mark. Once again, Jess draws attention to the poster.
In here, and I've got to go. I'm shooting off, like, in 2 minutes. Can you help me?
All right, and we can hunt them tomorrow.
He seems keen to help, but what's in it for Jess?
Have you got anything on you now that maybe you could give to me, then at least I get something out of it?
Would you want to tell me what you want?
Well, I mean, I don't know, 100 quid or something? I'm
Now that's more like it.
Thank you, Hearn. Enjoy the rest of your night. I've really got to go.
No bother.
Enjoy yourself. Thank you.
All right, take care.
Bye.
Jess leaves with the Mark's £100. What's really convincing about this scam is that poster inside the jeweller's window. So how did the hustlers get it in there? Earlier, Jazz spotted a jewellery store with a nice big window and went inside posing as a young designer looking to stick up a poster to advertise his charity exhibition.
Jewellery design exhibition. Is that all right? Oh, cheers, mate.
With the manager's permission, Jazz stuck posters up inside and outside the shop window. Later, when the shop closed, all Jess had to do was quickly remove the poster on the outside, revealing a hidden reward notice printed on the back of the poster on the inside. And a constant supply of cheap fake rings means she can hit Mark after Mark
Just found this ring.
after Mark.
This one here. Hi, can you just take me around the block?
I'm actually raging because my judgment of people is usually a lot better. I'm actually raging. I'm actually furious. Nobody, but nobody gets one over on me. Nobody. I don't allow it to happen. I'm too protective of myself, and it's clearly fake.
This seems like a win-win situation to most Marks. The young lady makes some money, they make some money, the rightful owner gets their ring back. What's not to like?
Variations on the ring scam exist all over Europe, and they all depend on the victim believing that a worthless ring is actually the real deal. If you're not an expert, be careful who you listen to, and remember that a promise of reward might not be worth the paper that it's written on.
Earlier today, Radio 1 DJ Nahal helped the hustlers pull the wool over 2 different marks in the same scam. They've borrowed a piece of art, and somehow they plan to make money from it.
What a piece.
The catch? It's not theirs to sell, and neither mark knows that yet. It's only a matter of time before the security guard notices that the valuable sculpture he's looking after isn't where he thinks it is, in 2 Rooms, Part 2. Alex is still shooting a silhouette fake of the expensive sculpture, whilst Paul's busy talking about the real one right next door. Meanwhile, Jess is going to bring someone new into the mix. And finally, Nahal's still looking mean playing the security guard.
Bob, your valuer's here.
Oh. Hi, how are you? Hi. Rob.
As with all major art deals, it's important to have an independent valuer authenticate the piece to assure the mark that he's buying a genuine work of art.
It's just arrived, actually. We're still kind of taking it in.
Just like that sculpture, this guy's 100% genuine, and he gets straight to work.
Yes.
Before parting with any cash, the mark needs to be completely convinced he's getting value for money. So what's this lump of bronze really worth?
You'd be struggling to pick up anything like this retail for less than £10,000.
The sculpture is worth £10,000. The valuer has given his assessment, and Jess leads him away before anyone asks any awkward questions.
I've ordered you a cab. It's going to be here in about 1 minute if you're still...
That's super.
Next door, that cardboard cutout won't fool the guard forever. So Alex and Jazz decide it's time to make an exit.
You know, how long
does he experience that?
does it take to go to the van?
The frustrated photographer goes off to track down his useless apprentice.
Do you want me to change any of these over?
No, no, leave it as it is. Stay there.
Take care. Bye-bye.
The buyer is now totally convinced the bronze is the genuine article. So all that's left is to close the deal.
So, I hate to do this, but there is the matter of money to discuss. You said to me you brought cash?
Half cash and half check.
Yes, he mentioned that. I was kind of hoping it was all cash, but that's okay.
Definitely.
Ah.
Ka-ching.
Very good. I think that our security firm can drive it for you.
I'll take your word on it, it'll be secure anyway.
Yeah, I mean, you know, so far they haven't lost anything yet. Have you lost anything yet?
Not to the best of my knowledge.
Yeah.
I never realised they had an eye for something.
The hotel manager wants a word with Mr. Marks.
Sorry to disturb.
Hi.
You mentioned putting something in our safe and it's on a time lock.
He does look an awful lot like that photographer from next door, only in different clothing.
You've got a window of 5 minutes.
All right. Would you be so good as to make sure that goes into my box?
Paul hands the $5 grand cash to Nihal.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Sorry to disturb.
Alex will show him to the safe.
Sorry, could you sign these documents so I can get them faxed off as soon as
And
possible?
here's another interruption. Jess has some urgent business that requires Paul's attention.
I'll be right back. I'll see you in a couple of minutes, okay?
I'll bring you another whiskey.
Yeah.
In fact, this is the getaway. And that just leaves Jazz to get the hell out of there. Right under the mark's nose.
Anytime you're ready.
Unaware that he's just been hustled, the mark is left to take in the full grandeur of the newly acquired bronze sculpture. And next door, the guard is still at his post. But he fills his colleague in at the first opportunity.
You walk over the screen. You do not just walk across the screen. What's this target?
He can't believe the 10 grand sculpture he's been guarding for the past hour is actually a worthless cardboard cutout. Following the only other exit from the room, he runs right into the other mark.
Hello. Hi. You just see a couple of guys come through, did you?
Yeah, they were in here with me.
Right.
At least the sculpture is still in the building, but the guard can't work out what's going on. He goes to find his mate, leaving the other mark very puzzled.
Hi there.
Sir.
Hi.
The security firm has been tasked with keeping the statue safe, so that's the boss's first priority.
I need to put it back on that stand.
It's actually been bought.
I'm afraid we're looking after this for some photographers. It's getting photographed.
Well, there was a security company there who was going to deliver it.
We are the security company that delivered it.
To here?
Yes. And we're looking after it today.
Right, and you're going to deliver it to the address that I gave the other guy?
No, we're looking after it for the photographers and then it goes back to the supplier. Chris, could you put that back in, please? Be careful with it, it's very valuable, apparently.
Oh, I know it's valuable. I'm just after being done out of £5,000.
Right, if you could put that back in first, then we'll get the hotel manager, please.
Rake.
Be careful with it.
So how did the hustlers manage to sell something that they didn't own in the first place? Back in the den, Polly arranged to hire the piece for the day and arranged to have it delivered to the hotel. She carefully mocked up the shape of the bronze on some card and made a cutout that could be used to fool the security guard into thinking it was still on the plinth. When in fact, the whole time it was in the room next door, being sold to another unsuspecting mark. The valuer simply added authenticity to the deal.
You'd be struggling to pick up anything like this retail for less than £10,000.
And after that, it was easy.
Actually, I could cry at the moment, to be quite honest with you. I just feel so angry inside. It's just been a day for me, from start to finish. When the security guards came in to take away the piece, to be honest with you, I didn't know what to think. In fact, I wanted to put my head through a wall. I'm just so bloody angry.
For you to live your life not wishing to be hustled, you would always have to think the worst of people. But, if someone was trying to sell me, 3 birds sculpture made of bronze, I would make damn sure that there was no other room. I would do it out in the open. If I saw a security guard, I'd go, who do you work for? If there was a fella with glasses, a really pretty woman and someone who looks kind of Greek, I'd run a mile, quite frankly. Do you know what I mean? I'm gone.
The grand surroundings give this scam an air of authenticity. Until the very last minute, both parties believe they're taking part in a legitimate piece of business. And by the time they realise they're being scammed, we're a couple of miles down the road.
This is not amateur hour. This is the kind of scam that professional criminals will set up to obtain high-value goods. If you're in that market, you should know who you're dealing with. And if you're asked for cash, that should ring an alarm bell. Make sure you understand the kind of transaction you're going into from the outset.
The marks in this show have no idea they're being hustled. They agreed the footage could be shown so that you can avoid falling for the same scams. The hustlers have invited celebrity friends to see if they can cut it as con artists. But they'll have no clue what the scam is about, and there are no dress rehearsals. So this is sink or swim. Tonight's guest hustler is TV presenter and Dancing on Ice finalist, Laura Hamilton.
I have absolutely no idea what's going to happen today. Currently in a park, near a pond. It's pretty wet and windy. I'm completely in an unknown world here, so it's a little bit daunting. I'm going to give it my best shot to be a good hustler. I know from watching the programme that I often feel really sorry for the mark and think, oh, that's so cruel, how can the hustlers be doing that to them? So the fact that I'm going to be doing that myself, I'm going to feel really evil.
Hello.
Hi!
Good weather for it.
Well, I thought I'd bring the rain with me from London.
How are you? I'm Alex.
Laura, nice to meet you.
You ready for today?
I feel really naughty and nervous.
Meeting in a park.
Yeah. What are you going to do? What's going to happen?
All right, well, I'll tell you what you're going to do. Today, you're going to play two parts. You're going to help somebody, and then you're going to become a victim. Okay. And then after you become a victim, we're going to make a lot of money.
Right.
All right, come with me and I'll tell you the rest. I'll tell you the rest. Come on, let's go. Let's get out of this rain.
So to help the hustlers scan that cash, Laura's going to have her work cut out in the honey trap. Today, the hustlers are operating in an upmarket pub just outside a city centre. They park up outside a local hotel and get into position. Hot on the heels of the hustlers are these guys. They're here to buy a second-hand laptop from a stranger. This guy's holding the cash, and that makes him the mark.
You alright, guys? How you doing? You alright?
And the stranger in the bar just happens to be Jazz.
I know you've come to get the laptop, right? I dropped it this morning as I was bringing it down, and it's basically given a crack to the screen. So obviously I don't want to give you that because it's broken. So I don't actually think I'm going to be able to get it to you today. I was hoping...
So the laptop's not available yet. Shame. What's the mark going to do with the rest of his day and all that money in his pocket?
Sorry, guys. Sorry, mate. All right, cheers, guys.
The mark leaves the bar and walks straight into a bit of a scene.
Oh, sorry, can you just help me, please? Sorry. No, just having such a day. Sorry, can you just help me with that?
It's Jess, playing the damsel in distress, and she clearly needs a helping hand. Here comes someone else to the rescue.
Sorry, thank you.
It's Laura.
Are you okay?
Posing as a staff member of the adjoining hotel. It's her job to make sure the guys accompany Jess back into the building.
Come inside. Come on, bring her inside. Come on inside.
Job done.
There's a quiet room if you go in there.
Jess keeps up the waterworks, and the boys follow Laura into a quiet function room.
The seat over here.
Sorry, just everything just started falling out my back.
Are you okay?
No, just having really shit. Sorry, have you got everything? Have you got
Yeah,
everything?
yeah. Do you want a glass of water?
Yes, please. So what else was in that? Was it just these two? Was it? Can you just help me check it's everything in my bag? Thank you.
The mark has no real reason to hang about, but being a gent, he wants to make sure poor Jess is okay.
What happened?
I just know I'm really sorry. Just something really bad.
Before he can leave, here come Alex and Paul, and they're about to make this situation a whole lot more complicated.
She's in here. Susie, you all right?
Sorry. Oh, what are you two doing here?
Who are these guys?
This is my boss. What are you two doing here?
What are you doing here, Susie?
Sorry?
These guys obviously mean business.
What's your name?
Jane, I'm going to have to go back to work.
Have a seat, Jane.
All right, just...
The mark is trying to work out what he's got himself into.
What's your name?
I'm James.
Steve.
What's wrong? Why are you upset?
Alex and Paul are playing Jess's bosses. Sounds like they're not very happy about something.
Is that my money in that bag?
I was just taking it to the bank. Was that what you wanted?
Can I count the money in the bag, please, Susie?
Yeah.
Why are you trying to hide the money?
I'm not. I wasn't. She just basically just met her outside and picked up.
The mark doesn't know anything about any money.
Guys, I've really got to get back to work.
It's all right, you can just sit there for a second.
Just
We'll
give us a
clear
few
this
minutes.
What's going on?
Alex makes sure Laura stays put as he counts out the money from Jess's bag.
Please, what is going on? I haven't got a clue what's going on.
Are you upset?
Nor does he.
up. We are £1,570 short. Okay, so can I look through the rest of your bag, please?
There's over 1,500 quid missing from the bar's money bag. And Alex suspects Jess's light fingers.
I don't understand what's going on.
Susie, I need to look at your bag, sweetheart, because if the rest of the money is in here, then something's not right.
It's like always. I don't
Take her over there and give her a handkerchief or something, will you?
Come with me, calm
I
down.
know, but I
It's fine.
don't understand
Look,
why.
calm down, we'll
I
find
don't
out what's
understand
happening.
what's happening.
Alex takes Jess away to find out where the missing money is.
I think that they picked everything up out of my bag and that everything was in there.
Wait a minute, hold on.
So what are you saying, that the rest of the money is where?
Where's the money?
I don't know, you picked everything up.
That's news to him.
Everything outside, I've not...
So they've got it?
Anything up.
So they've got your money?
Did you pick anything up?
We're £1,570 short.
All right, hold on, hold on.
I've never even seen that girl in my life.
Have a seat.
Honestly, I've never seen this person in my life. I'm just like...
Where do you live?
I can tell it.
You don't know her at all?
I've never seen her in my life. I'm on my break and I've got to get back to work.
What's that money there? What's that?
It suddenly dawns on the Mark that he does have a big wad of cash in his pocket. The £1,500 for the laptop. He decides to come clean.
You got money on you?
Yeah. Can I have a word with you outside?
Yeah, have a word with my colleague for a second.
On that bombshell, Alex takes Laura out of the way, leaving Paul to ramp up the pressure.
How much money you got on you?
We basically were meeting a guy for a laptop just there.
So you just happen to be here?
I know it looks like pure ridiculous, but like I've got the text and I've had to prove it. Like, that's my sister. This sounds
That's a lot of money.
I know.
You just happen to be...
Yeah, it just happens to be, yeah.
It all sounds a bit too much of a coincidence.
Now, I know you're telling me you don't have it, but we need to get to the bottom of this.
Right now, hotel worker Laura is being given a going over by Alex in the hallway.
That's 1,500.
And this guy's got an awful lot of explaining to do about all that cash.
That's exactly the amount of money that is missing.
It's a hell of a coincidence, isn't it?
I know it is a hell of a coincidence.
He's left wondering what on earth he's got himself into. And how he will ever get back out. When hustlers go out, they don't take money. They take prop bets. The proposition bet has only one rule, and that's that the hustler always wins. Polly is out on the town, but tonight she isn't going to buy a single drink. Instead, she's going to make her friends buy them for her.
Right, who wants to bet with me? Who wants a little bet, yeah? Okay, if you lose, you've got to buy everyone a round of drinks. If you win, I'll buy everyone one, yeah? Okay, so here I have 3 bottle tops. Okay, the bet is I want you to get this one in the middle of these 2, okay? And there's like a couple of rules. This one, you can move, touch, do whatever you like with that one. This one, you can't move, that has to stay there. And this one, you can't touch. So do you want to give it a whirl? Sure. Yeah.
So, this top needs to go in here. But they can't move this one. And they can't touch that one, eh?
So you can move this one. Yep, you can touch, move that one, yep. To get it in between. That's good, but it has to be in between like this.
Actually in between.
Yeah, actually in between, yeah.
No.
That's quite good, but this one moved.
Yeah.
So that's, but...
I give up.
You give up?
Yeah.
So 3, I can move and touch this one. This one I can touch but not move, and that one I can't touch. And that goes in the middle.
So, Polly holds this one, knocks it with that one, and moves the bottle top into the resulting gap. Simple, sort of.
So this time I will have a glass of wine.
Brilliant.
Lovely.
It's a soggy weekday morning, and this couple is sheltering from the rain in a cosy cafe. The guy's got his mobile phone on the table, and although there isn't a hustler in sight, that makes him the Mark. In SMS SOS. The Mark has just received a text from a mate called Jamie.
Jamie has filled up with petrol and left his wallet at home and now he can't leave.
Looks like he needs some help.
Jamie, you must not be able to hear me.
He tries to ring him. No answer, but another text.
I think my phone is broken now.
And another.
Have you got cash on you?
No, only good.
They're going to send someone over to the cafe from a closer branch. I don't have any cash on me though. I think I've got like 12 quid in cash. 12 quid on them.
So, his mate needs some cash to pay for a petrol bill, but the Mark hasn't got enough on him. It's out into the rain to find a cash point and back into the dry as quickly as possible.
Yeah.
Just in time for someone else's entrance. It's a petrol station attendant, sent to pick up the cash. And he looks a lot like Jazz.
To pay for petrol for...
oh, yeah.
Petrol,
Oh, perfect. Let me just get a receipt for you. It's for 50. Here you go, mate.
50 quid for his mate's tank of petrol.
Perfect. Nice one. Thanks, pal.
Jazz heads off with the cash, and the Mark feels like he's done a good deed. But somehow, this guy having a quiet lunch has really been scammed out of his money. Earlier that morning, a clumsy customer knocked his mobile phone onto the floor. It was Alex, who'd been sitting right behind the Mark at the bar. He made sure that the phone smashed right under the couple's table, with pieces flying everywhere.
For another piece that might have... Sorry, a piece of phone. No, I think that's probably the end of that one.
You won't be making calls on that again.
Sorry, I couldn't ask you for a quick favour. Can I borrow your phone just to let somebody know that they can't contact me? I can just dial out. It's just another mobile. Is that all right?
Absolutely.
Thank you. Sorry. Thanks.
The Mark then let Alex use his phone to let a colleague know where to find him.
Do you mind if I send him a quick text message? Thank you.
Oh, that's no problem at all.
Unable to reach him, Alex then asked to send a text instead.
Yeah, I think I've done it. I've deleted it, so you don't have to have any.
Oh, no worries.
Right, thank you.
Oh, anytime.
Thanks.
Alex then returned the Mark's phone and headed upstairs to wait for his business partner. So what really happened?
Couldn't ask you to borrow your phone just to let somebody know that I'm mobile. Is that all right?
When he got hold of the Mark's phone, he actually called his own perfectly intact phone in his pocket in order to find out the Mark's phone number.
Do you mind if I send them a quick text message? Because they might be on the train. Thank you.
Oh, that's no problem at all.
And instead of texting, he looked up a recent call, in this case, the Mark's mate, Jamie. Then he deleted Jamie's number and replaced it with his own phone number.
Yeah, I think I've done it. I've deleted it, so you don't have to have any.
Oh, no worries.
From this point on, he could sit upstairs texting the Mark from his phone, and it would look as if it was coming from Jamie. And the Mark's fate was sealed. Once Jazz had collected the money, Alex made his exit. And slowly, the light bulb comes on in the Mark's head.
Go on, I'm John. 15, 20 minutes.
What's Jamie's number? Just been scammed. The guy that picked my phone up, he changed Jamie's number. That's why he wouldn't pick the phone up. It's a guy, unlucky, dropped his phone, it's smashed, and he's in a bit of trouble and needs to borrow someone's phone. I didn't think anything of it at all. And I saw him dart out of the cafe just after, and that was when I thought there might be something a bit suspicious happened. And I got my girlfriend to check her phone number and compare it with the number on my phone, and I noticed it was different. And that was when I thought, oh, something's not right here. You hear about it, but it's not something you ever think will happen to yourself. So I was quite shocked and angry and upset about it.
This is a devious little scam. The Mark believes he's helping other people out. First, Alex with his broken phone, and then his mate who's stuck at a petrol station.
Never give anyone access to your smartphone. If there is an emergency, dial the number yourself and watch as they use the phone. More importantly, if someone contacts you looking for money or assistance and you can't speak to them directly, there's a good chance someone is hiding behind their identity.
We store our lives on our smartphones. They're not just telephones. We very often have banking details, we have personal information on there that's really important. And you need to protect that, and you need to look after that information and keep it close to you. The best advice is never to let a stranger have access to your phone in that way. Dial a number for them by all means, but don't hand over control of your life to a stranger.
Earlier today, TV presenter Laura Hamilton helped Jess put this Mark in a very sticky situation.
I don't understand
Calm
what's
down.
going on. He's just
Susie,
not
I
giving me
need to look at your bag, sweetheart.
Jess stands accused of stealing bar takings from bosses Alex and Paul and has pointed the finger at the Mark.
Where's the money?
I don't know, you picked everything up.
Though he's totally innocent, he's actually carrying a very incriminating £1,500.
That's a lot of money.
I know.
And he thinks he's in deep, deep trouble in The Honey Trap Part 2.
Let's have a seat for me, will you?
Laura comes back into the room.
Give me a second, will you?
This is Paul's cue to leave.
Susie, please just stay there. Just
Susie,
stay there.
It's Laura's big moment.
Guys, look, I don't know what's going on, but whatever they say, just do, because I'm like... Yeah, I don't think we want to kind of mess with them. I'm just like...
Right now, Laura is alone with the Mark and his mate. She's been sent in to convince him that the hustlers mean business. And the Mark isn't arguing.
All right, I need to count this.
Yeah, I think that's fine with you.
I'm sorry to...
Here.
No, it's fine. This is just,
But, you know, this money does not belong to Susie. I mean, it belongs to our...
Yeah.
The guys return, and Alex makes a big show of counting the Mark's cash. He's convinced it's the cash that Jess has stolen from them. The Mark can't believe what's happening.
That's 1,500 plus the 70 from you. That's 1,570. That's exactly the amount of money that is missing.
It's a hell of a coincidence, isn't it?
No, it is a hell of a coincidence.
How are they going to resolve this terrible situation?
You know, boys, I've got to call the police no matter what happens here.
Yeah, that's fine. That is absolutely fine.
But all right, let me have a word with her for me, will you?
Do you want to tell me now where the money...
I told you that's it. I haven't got it in my bag. That'll be it there. That's not... I've got it in my bag. That'll be
But
it
you realise that we're missing a lot of money.
Yeah, but I dropped everything. They probably just picked it up.
Jess is still claiming that money came from a handbag.
The fact you got all this money, I've got to check it. Do you understand?
I know that makes total sense.
Looking more nervous by the second, the Mark has no choice but to agree to allow Paul to check the cash.
Just tell me honestly now, you did not get this money from her?
100%. That is my wages. Like...
Laura's protesting her innocence too.
Can you take a photograph of this?
Yeah.
I'm going to take a photograph of somebody's serial numbers.
Yeah,
fair enough?
Fine, that's absolutely fine.
We've got all the serial numbers back at the office.
There is a way to sort this out. Alex is going to check the serial numbers of the Mark's notes against ones they photographed back at the office. As they already suspected Jess of stealing, it was a trap they set for her.
Right, keep all the money together just now if you don't mind.
All the cash, Jess's, Laura's and the Mark's, goes into the same bag.
So what I'll do is, why don't you come with me, you stay with the money. Okay, take about 10 minutes, and then we'll come back and sort this out. How does that sound? Right.
So the Mark comes to the bar and Laura watches the cash.
In fact, what does she have? What does she have, 70 pounds?
70, yeah.
All right, why don't you come with us? This is your money, you stay with your money.
No, change of plan. The Mark had the most cash, so it's only fair he stays with the blue money bag.
I didn't do anything. I didn't take it. They probably got it on the table there.
As Laura and the other hustlers leave, Paul has a few reassuring words for the Mark.
Listen.
Yeah.
She's done this before.
Yeah.
She's dropped people right in it.
Yeah.
Okay? And the thing is, there's nobody to back it up.
Yeah.
But we've taken a record of everything she
Yeah.
took out. She went nowhere near the bank, and we saw her drop it off. Do you understand? Promise me you'll be here in 10 minutes.
Yeah, no, mate.
All right? All right, we'll be right back. I want your word on it.
On the altogether.
Paul makes the mark shake on it. The mark breathes a sigh of relief. Hopefully, this whole mess will be sorted out soon. And after all, he's been left looking after all the cash. The mark waits. And waits. And waits. There's no sign of the hustlers returning, and the mark is starting to tear his hair out. But he's still too scared to touch the money bag. A full hour of waiting later, the mark has had enough, and he has a look inside the money bag. There's the envelope, but it contains precisely £0 sterling.
How did this happen?
Here's what he didn't see. Earlier today, Jazz scouted the area for the laptop deal. As well as a bar, he wanted a quiet room nearby, just like this one. He then stashed a blue money bag on the table. Later on, when Alex counted the mark's cash, it went into an identical blue bag. Whilst the mark was stressing out, Alex switched one blue bag for the other, concealing the one with the cash inside the newspaper.
Why don't you come with me? You stay with the money.
Susie, come on, in the car.
The hustlers walked out with all the mark's money.
I want your word on it.
On the altogether.
Leaving him looking after nothing but a load of worthless newspaper. But by this time, the hustlers were long gone, along with his £1,500. Finally, computer salesman Jazz was picked up just around the corner, and the getaway was complete.
I was so scared. I was thinking, how is anyone going to believe me about this money? I was like terrified. I was like, I'm just going to cooperate fully with these guys, and I didn't want to leave because I thought I'm not having these people after me and stuff like that. But I think you need to be careful and check your money and stuff like that as well. Like.
When the cash was being counted on the table, I kept looking over at the guys, and I could see they were really scared. I mean, my heart was really racing, and I was pretty scared too. I just felt like I was totally in the situation and really felt for them. I mean, I really think they thought if they don't give the money over, something was going to happen to them. I think people that actually do this for work in the real world quite clearly have no morals. I mean, the boys were genuinely feeling for Jess. They wanted to help her, comfort her, pick her bits and pieces up, and yet, you know, when someone's good-natured and you play on that, it's a pretty nasty thing to do.
Please don't let this scam put you off helping someone in distress. There's nothing wrong with doing a good deed, but when you're suddenly faced with a demand for cash, then you should know that all is not as it seems.
If anyone tries to pressure you into handing over your money, you have the right to walk away or call the police for assistance. Consider that the entire situation may have been orchestrated just to separate you from your cash.
The best advice here is to call the police. You can't know what's going on in this argument. You can't get beneath the surface. Let the professionals deal with it.
The marks in this show have no idea they're being hustled. They agreed the footage could be shown so that you can avoid falling for the same scams. The hustlers have invited celebrity friends to see if they can cut it as con artists. But they'll have no clue what the scam is about, and there are no dress rehearsals. So this is sink or swim. Today's guest hustler is star of Shameless and EastEnders, Jodie Latham.
I'd like to think that I've got what it takes to be a good hustler. So, we'll see. People who hustle for a living, real hustlers, they must be crazy. I mean, it's so nerve-wracking. Every day not knowing what's going to happen. And it's scary life. I feel like the new member of Ocean's 12. It's great. Ah!
Jodie has been sent to some disused wasteland to meet a man about a scam.
Welcome to The Real Hustle. What do you think?
Scary.
It's quite scary. We've got a couple of questions for you, quite important.
Okay.
First one is, do you play poker?
A little.
Well, now you play a lot.
Okay.
The other question is, how do you think we can take somebody for a lot of money by letting them win a lot more?
I have no idea.
We're going to let someone win thousands.
Are we?
But you're the secret.
Okay.
All right? We're going to teach you everything you need to know.
Sounds good.
Come on, I'll give you a few lessons on poker. You usually have to start off by playing for as much money as you have.
Right.
And I'll be willing to take that from you.
All right.
This is the Mad Greek. It's weekday lunchtime in this bar.
I think these are the two guys.
These guys are both regular poker players. But this guy in particular is carrying lots of cash, making him the mark.
Good to meet you. How are you? Have a seat. Stuart. Nice to meet you. Have a seat, Stuart. Okay.
Lee, how are you doing? You all right?
Oh.
Jodie's first role is to put the mark at ease and draw him into the scam.
I told you about the game tonight and everything. I mean, you boys are up for that, I'm assuming. Yeah? Nick is coming over just to say hello and meet you guys. Nick is the guy that runs the game. He is a bit mental. He kind of bets on anything. He'll bet on 2 flies landing on a sugar cube. I'm serious. He's that guy. But he throws it around, can afford it. It's a fun night if you're up for it. Yeah, good.
And here's the man himself, poker organiser Nick the Mad Greek in a flashy new Merc.
Yeah, that's a new car.
Yeah?
He got a new car 3 months ago.
He's nuts, this guy.
You met him once.
Briefly.
I'll bet you he doesn't remember you.
Do you reckon?
Right, I'll bet he doesn't remember you. A pound. That's right.
It's actually Alex in his Saturday Night Fever disco suit. He's a gambler who likes expensive cars and even more expensive women.
You had nothing to do with
Nick.
This is Jim.
James. We met before, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
See?
You okay?
I nearly lost a pound, yeah.
This is Susie, everybody.
That will be Jess, playing Nick the Greek's very long-suffering girlfriend.
I said there were spaces tonight. You wanted to do the game tonight.
Fine. You bring money, you can play. Yeah? As you told you, we bet on anything.
I bet on some things. He bets on it.
I bet on anything because I'm Greek. Yeah, we bet on things. I tell you what. The guy there on the phone.
The hoodie, yeah.
Okay. The bet is which way he goes when he finishes his phone call.
The poker's not for hours, but Alex is already gambling. He wants to bet on which way a stranger will walk down the road.
Everything you have in your pocket.
Anything I've got in my pocket. All right. There's a couple hundred there.
All right.
How much you got? I've got you covered.
No, I'll cover you. I'm not going to lose it. Take it off, Ella.
No.
What? Come on. You know I'm good for my word. Come on, Ella, take it off. This is from her parents or something.
The Greek shows he's completely barking by using Jess's priceless family heirloom to cover his £500 bet.
All right, okay, right, we're covered.
All right, we're covered, we shake.
All right.
What are you looking for? It's real. What? You know, I had a fake necklace.
I know that thing around your neck is fake. Come on. That right. He has to go that way.
That right, that way.
So, if the guy in the hoodie goes left, then Paul wins the bet. If he goes right, Alex makes £500.
Are you sure you don't want any action? No.
The mark's staying out of this bet. Just as well, as that random stranger is really Jazz. He's actually on the phone to Jess, listening into the conversation in the pub and waiting for his moment to walk away.
Whoa, hold on, hold on.
Okay.
Here he goes.
Turn, you turn. Wait, which way? Oh, mamma mia! Oh, mamma mia! A good bet.
The whole scene was staged to convince the mark Alex is 24-carat crazy.
Listen, tonight we're going to play pockets.
Okay.
This is the game I love. It's my favorite because it's a pure gambling game. So I see you tonight.
Before Alex heads off, he reminds Paul that he wants to play pockets later on. It's another crazy gambling game, and it's clearly his favourite.
We'll lose more money to me tonight.
Absolutely.
Okay? Hadi. Yamash,
Pockets, which is the stupidest game in the world, right? I've told him that he has a tell, right? And that if he puts something in his left pocket or his right pocket, I always know where it is.
A tell is a gambler's unwitting giveaway sign.
He can't figure out what his tell is. His tell is that somebody just tells me which pocket it's in, right? That's the tell.
Paul must now persuade the mark to play a little trick on Alex. He wants him to cheat when they're playing their game of pockets later on.
And all it is if he puts it in his right pocket, you put any hand in any pocket, right? If there's no hand in the pocket, nothing. All I need is, if one of you wouldn't mind, just letting me know which pocket he put something in. So,
I'll reach for the mobile phone when, if it's in the right, that's doing it.
Sounds like he's up for a spot of light cheating by signalling to Paul which pocket Alex is hiding an object in later tonight.
Can you do it as well? You can do it, right? I mean, it doesn't matter.
Jody also agrees to make the mark feel like it's no big deal. They say their goodbyes and agree to meet up later at the card club for an evening of wild gambling.
Take care, guys.
Still to come, the mark plays a game of poker he'll never forget.
If you beat me, I give you the card.
And pockets the biggest win of his life.
Come on. Double or nothing. Double or nothing.
When hustlers go out, they don't take money. They take prop bets. The proposition bet has only one rule, and that's that the hustler always wins.
Question is, how many drops of water from this glass using this straw do you think I can get on the penny before it all spills over?
6.
6 drops before it spills over. So if I say, if I get more than 6, and you buy us a round of drinks, so 3 drinks, that one sounds nice, doesn't it? If I get 6 or below, I'll buy you all the drinks. Okay. Sound good? Yeah? Yeah. Okay. Shake on it.
So, the bet is, if Jess can't fit 6 or more drops onto the 1p piece, she has to buy a round of drinks.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You owe us a drink. Let's carry on. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 24!
Turns out you can fit a lot of drops on a 1p piece.
So I think you owe us all a drink. Yeah, you did. I'll love a gin and tonic, please.
It's a rainy day in Edinburgh, but the weather isn't putting these people off from sitting outside this city centre cafe.
Yeah.
Here come a couple of all-weather hustlers.
Sorry, hi.
It's Alex and Polly, who take a seat next to a friendly-looking chap at the next table. He's now the mark.
You want to leave the table?
Yeah, we'll just move it a little bit. Yeah.
There we go.
Thank you. Sorry, I got so many bags.
Otherwise, you'll be off my table. and then you can pay the bill.
Yeah.
So that's the ice well and truly broken. One thing's for sure, the hustlers won't be buying anyone's lunch in beggars belief.
I feel really embarrassed, you know, asking to borrow some money and stuff.
Now listen, it's okay. It's not a problem. I can lend you the money. I've brought 500.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that's perfect.
Sounds like Polly's short of money, and Alex is helping her out. They're trying hard to draw the mark's attention to the envelope and the cash.
Hundreds?
But he's so engrossed in conversation with his mate that he doesn't even notice.
500. And do you know what? I'm going to give you my new number and put it on the envelope, so if there's any problems...
Yeah.
Have you got a pen?
That's not going to work for this scam. Polly makes sure she gets the Mark's attention.
Excuse me, sorry to interrupt. You don't have a pen I could borrow, do you?
I do. Okay. Oh, actually, no, I've got one. Sorry.
Boom. He's clocked the big wad of cash.
I'm going to put it in here.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Alex makes a big deal of writing his mobile number on the envelope, talking loud enough to ensure the Mark overhears.
Yeah?
Don't lose that. It's 500 quid in there.
I'm not going to lose that money.
Being a strong believer in not littering, Polly takes a moment to throw away the coffee cup. And the hustlers are gone, leaving the Mark to enjoy his lunch. A few minutes later, someone else arrives at the cafe. He looks and smells like he hasn't had a shower for weeks. Seems like he's found something. The Mark notices the tramp is holding a brown envelope, but this is no ordinary down and out. It's Paul, moving in for phase 2 of this scam.
Is this yours?
I think a lady put it in there.
Sorry, what?
A lady put it in there.
A lady put it in there with money in it?
Finest keepers.
Is that a number?
I suppose so. Oh, God.
This isn't what Paul wants to hear.
Still not right, is it, though, is it? Can you call that?
No, I don't want to do it.
You sure?
He's going to have to work a little harder on the Mark.
Just, you know, I don't want to get into trouble. Do you want to call that?
After a bit more persuasion, he gets him to call the number on the envelope, knowing full well it belongs to Alex.
Hello there, hi. I'm just giving you a call. There's an envelope outside a place called Victor Hugo's with your telephone number.
Oh, no. That's... have you got it?
We've got it here. Another gentleman's got it.
Oh. Has he opened it?
No.
Okay.
He's a very honest man, yeah?
Oh, good. There's £500 in there for rent money for my colleague who's with me. I'm going to send her back, but she's not going to be able to get back there for another 20 minutes. Maybe if you could give him like £20, and when the lady comes, she can open the envelope and give it back to you.
Okay, that's fine.
That would be fantastic.
He said he wants me to give you a reward of 20 quid, and she's going to give me that back out of that.
Is there money in there?
There it is.
Can we say 40 quid? I mean, I don't know how much is in there, but...
It's reasonable.
He's pushing his luck.
Just keeps me out of the rain for 2 nights, you know what I mean?
You've been incredibly honest.
Oh, thank you.
There's £40.
And there's 40 quid.
Can't say 50.
Why not?
Oh, thank you.
50's even better.
Thank you.
You are a very honest man. God bless you.
Oh,
You are.
Thank you very much.
Okay?
Thank you. You are too. I appreciate that.
Well done.
Thank you very much.
You'll have a good life now.
So that's a good deed all round, and everyone's happy.
I'm going to phone this bloke back and just tell him that I have to give him 50 quid.
Pleased with his good work, the Mark calls the number on the envelope again to let Alex know he gave the tramp 50 quid. But the phone just rings out.
Well, you're witness.
Yeah. Looks like he'll just have to sit tight until the nice lady arrives to collect her envelope. So he waits and waits. 20 minutes later, and there's still no sign of her. Eventually, curiosity gets the better of him, and he sneaks a peek. Instead of 500 quid in cash, the envelope is stuffed with shreds of newspaper. So what happened to all that cash? Here's what really happened. Earlier, when Polly dropped her coffee cup into the bin, she made sure the Mark saw her. When Paul appeared posing as a tramp, he dropped a brown envelope behind the bin, identical to the one Alex gave to Polly, making it look as if he'd just found it. But this one didn't have any cash in it. Just ripped up pieces of paper.
This yours?
Playing the honesty card, Paul encouraged the mark to call the number on the envelope.
As he opened it,
Paul knew Alex would pick up straight away. After all, he and Polly were parked just around the corner, waiting for the phone to ring.
there's £500 in there for rent money.
Thinking the sealed envelope was full of cash, the mark had no problem giving the tramp a finder's fee out of his own pocket.
Maybe if you could give him like £20 and when the lady comes, she can open the envelope and give it back to you.
He said he wants me to give you a reward of 20 quid.
Can't say 50.
Being the hustler he is, Paul even negotiated the money up to 50 quid, plus a compliment for such outstanding honesty. Once he had the cash, the tramp walked around the corner to the van where Alex and Polly were waiting.
What did you roll the window up for?
Because I don't think I can.
I feel sad. I've been humbled, probably, and we just have to get on with life.
Never hand over money for something that appears to be of greater value unless you know who you're dealing with. An envelope full of newspaper isn't going to be worth very much when you take it down to the bank.
Earlier today, Shameless star Jodie Latham helped the hustlers convince this mark to get involved in a poker game being run by Nick the Mad Greek, a wealthy high roller known for his wild gambling habit.
Full house!
A game called Pockets is also on the cards, and the mark has agreed to help Paul win in...
It's the biggest bet you've ever made in your life. Yeah.
The Mad Greek, Part 2. The mark arrives at the casino for tonight's poker game. The Mad Greek's Mercedes AMG is parked right outside, so it's game on.
And we have £500. Everybody buy in. We can settle up at the end, no problem. I trust you guys. Okay.
The cards start flying as the hustlers set about gaining the mark's confidence.
Give me my full house, baby! Yes! Full house!
Alex starts out winning.
Yeah, 125. I raise another 100.
Oh, God, okay.
But as the game goes on, Alex's plays get more and more reckless.
Don't like my kicking. Have it. Take it.
All right, 100.
The Greek starts losing his chips left, right, and centre.
100 and something.
All in. All right, call.
And before long, Alex is almost broke.
You have me. You have me.
Paul puts him out of his misery.
Wait. I cut you for everything.
But Alex isn't done playing.
If you beat me, I give you the card.
Having run out of money, Alex is now playing with the key to his £30,000 Mercedes. The mark looks on in awe.
You don't have to give me the chip back. I can buy it.
The bet's off, to everyone's relief.
Okay, take a break. Take a break. Do you want to come downstairs, boys?
So the Greek is out. He's spent enough on poker, but he hasn't run out of cash yet. He's saving some for his favourite game, Pockets.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
Paul turns his back, while Alex puts his car key into one of his jacket pockets, right or left. All Paul has to do is guess which pocket the key is in. Simple.
Left.
Why? How you do this now? You have never done it right. How many? 5 times in a row?
Every time. You got to tell.
I have a tell.
You have a tell. These guys already know what it is.
No way.
Yep. Do you know what his tell is? See? His tell is that somebody just tells me which pocket it's in. Right? That's the tell.
I do with you. I do with you. £1,000. I do with you.
£1,000. I'll do it for 1,000.
You know, I'm going to the toilet. I'll do it for £1,000 with him.
With the help of Jodie and the mark, Paul can't lose. Alex refuses to play him anymore. He now wants to play the mark.
If you lose, I'll give you the money. Christmas came early, right?
The mark finally agrees to play Alex at Pockets. Paul's guaranteeing the bet, so he's got nothing to lose.
Remember, right in the pocket, left out the pocket. So if he puts it in his right pocket, you put any hand in any pocket. If there's no hand in the pocket, nothing.
Are you ready?
He's gonna do
it. It's fine.
I'm scared. Look away.
Yes, look
yeah,
away.
You can look.
It's now down to Jody. He has to signal to the mark which pocket Alex has put the key in. If this goes wrong, the scam is off. The key's in Alex's right pocket. Jody's signal is to put his hands in his pockets. This is for £1,000.
Left or right?
It's in your right pocket.
In my right pocket.
The mark gets it correct. He's just won £1,000.
Double or nothing?
No.
Double or nothing?
No.
Come on.
You're crazy.
Double or nothing?
Not to lose.
No, double or nothing. If you get it wrong, you don't get anything.
Come on, play.
Okay, turn it away.
Alex puts the object in his right pocket again, so Jody once again puts his hands in his pockets for the signal.
You can turn around. For 2,000, eh? Left or right?
They're now playing for £2,000.
Be honest.
Oh my days.
I told you.
I can't take any more of this.
No, double or nothing.
I can't take any
Double
more.
or nothing.
I can't take
Double
any
or
more.
nothing for. Look away.
The Mad Greek just won't accept defeat. So, it's double or nothing again.
You all right?
No.
This time, it's left, so Jody's hands are out of his pockets.
This is 4,000 I owe him.
Yeah?
£4,000 is on the line here.
It's in your left pocket.
The mark's now £4,000 up on the game.
Double or nothing, one more time. One more time.
Paul advises the mark to take the massive £8,000 bet. He knows he can't lose, but is still nervous.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Yes.
The hands are out of the pockets and the signals are in place.
It's in your left pocket.
This is not my night, eh?
£8,000, won in just a few seconds.
Last one, because I a chance to get my money. Last one.
You have 16,000 with you, though.
I have the car. £30,000.
That's a brand new Mercedes AMG worth more than £30,000. Alex is now using the car as collateral.
You ready?
I'm ready.
Hands in, and that means the right pocket.
It's the biggest bet you've ever made in your life. Yeah.
Come on.
It's in your right pocket.
Oh my God.
£16,000. That's way more than the mark has ever won.
Enough.
Enough.
No more.
Finally, enough.
Nick the Greek said enough. I can get it to you Monday.
Tonight, you're good for 16,000. On Monday, you tend to forget a little. Just, you know.
Listen, you want something? You can take the car. £30,000. You can have the car, you give me 16,000, we're square. But you don't have 16,000 on you either.
So Alex is happy to use the car as collateral, but it's worth far more than the £16,000 he owes the mark.
Go, have a look at the car. But this is worth 30,000. Okay, we're clear.
Let me speak to him.
So,
let me speak to him. All right, let's take a
have
walk.
a look at the car.
They go outside to calm down and have a good look at the car.
Oh my days. You can't have it though, surely. He's not just going to give you his car.
Alex won't release the car for the £16,000 owed. Maybe there's a compromise.
You owe him 16.
I owe him 16, which I'm going to pay.
Gives you 6,000.
That makes up to 22.
22,000 is a good price for that car. In your game, that's a good price for that car.
So Paul's suggesting giving Alex a few grand to make up the cost of the car, and the mark can then keep it.
Okay, deal.
The mark will pay just £6,000 for a £30,000 car.
Where's the cash?
Yeah, give him the cash. So...
There go an awful lot of £50 notes.
Deal?
You got yourself a car.
You're happy?
It's not sunken.
Okay. What do you want to drink, Stuart?
Miller.
Get him a Miller.
He's only going to have one beer, though. After all, he's got a brand new car to drive home.
Go upstairs, sit down, I'll get Jackie.
The mark heads upstairs, while the hustlers go to the bar to buy the drinks. There's no sign of the hustlers or those beers. What's the hold-up? Eventually, the Mark gets suspicious and goes back downstairs to find his new friends. There's no sign of them at the bar, so he heads outside. But they're not out here. And there's no Mercedes either.
Go upstairs, sit down, I'll get Jackie.
The hustlers weren't getting the drinks in after all. And Alex wasn't handing over the real key to that sports car. How else could he return it to the rental company that hired it out to them for the day?
Watching it all fit into place, you're just thinking, wow, 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 and you're getting more and more excited and more sort of keen to do it, to have someone off. The reality of it is, it confirmed what I already knew, and that is it's very easy to get hustled.
We all love a bargain, but a casino is the wrong place to start thinking about buying a motor car. Make sure the person that's offering you something really has got the right to sell it. Be challenging about it. A car key on its own is worth nothing.
The Marks in this show have no idea they're being hustled. They agreed the footage could be shown so that you can avoid falling for the same scams. The hustlers have invited celebrity friends to see if they can cut it as con artists. But they'll have no clue what the scam is about, and there are no dress rehearsals. So this is sink or swim. Today's guest hustler is former Hollyoaks star and Lads Mag favourite, Gemma Atkinson.
I'm hoping I've got the qualities to be a good hustler. Got the acting down, that's fine. I just always kind of feel bad for people. I don't really like lying to anybody. I always like to be honest. Today I have no clue what I'm doing at all. I'm excited, I'm nervous, I'm kind of curious, and hopefully it won't be anything too dangerous.
Gemma's been dropped off at an iconic landmark, the Falkirk Wheel, where Alex is waiting to give her a thorough briefing.
Hello.
Hello, you okay?
I'm good, come in.
Thank you.
Rather
Come
strange
on the
boat. Hi, I'm
Gemma.
Alex.
Nice to meet you.
Have a seat.
Thank you.
So you're probably wondering what we're doing today.
Yes, I very much am, yeah.
Well, today involves 4 or 5 high-performance cars.
Brilliant.
That we're going to get away with.
We're going to pinch the cars?
Oh, yeah. It's going to be a bit like Fast and Furious. We're going to have to be very fast and you're going to have to get furious.
Okay, that's fine.
All right.
I can get furious.
And like with any heist, we need our sort of secret weapon. Well, our weapon's not so secret because we're actually sitting in it. Okay? We're going to use this barge to get away with 4 very high-performance vehicles.
This one? This little one?
This little one. And that massive wheel out there. But come with me and I'll tell you all about it.
All right.
Come on.
This is interesting.
It is. And it's going to be fun.
So Gemma's about to get involved in a real-life game of Grand Theft Auto in The Wheel Deal. The Falkirk Wheel is the world's only rotating boat lift, connecting the Forth and Clyde canals to the Union Canal and the rest of the country. The impressive scenery is the perfect backdrop for today's scam, a fake commercial being filmed by a company called TRH Productions. The ad's all about slick design, so the team have arranged to hire a top-of-the-range Ferrari for the shoot, and Alex and Jazz are in position to welcome the driver.
The coaches. Yep. If you pull in this car park here, and then there'll be a guy there who's part of that shoot. All right, lovely car, by the way, mate.
That's Stonking Motors, a Ferrari 360 Spider, worth a cool £100,000. Alex is playing the commercial's producer. That guy driving the Ferrari is the first mark.
Hi, Ian.
Ian, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Hi. Hi, thank you.
And here comes Gemma, playing the most difficult client in the history of advertising shoots. And already, she's not looking too happy with that gorgeous sports car.
Ian?
Okay. Yeah, I'm just coming, Lee.
This isn't going to work, Ian.
Okay. Have a seat here for me. Have a seat. I just need to...
Alex is just about to get his first earful.
It's not going to work.
I think it looks fine, don't you think? Because we're going to have the shot here.
No, Ian.
And we've got the beautiful view of this...
Of grey. The picture you sent, sun was beaming, sky was blue. It looked great, yeah?
Well, I can't do anything about the weather. I mean...
The weather can't change, but the shot can. I arranged for you to get more than one car. OK, is this the only car that can come? Or can you get more?
Well, no, I mean, we agreed on one car.
No, I am paying you to be here to make this work for me.
No, I understand that.
So we need more than one car.
The strop immediately gets the Mark's attention.
I am paying you to do your job.
I don't know if I can get more cars here in...
If you can't get more cars within 3 hours, then it's finished. What's the point? I'm not wasting any more time on money.
All right.
What's the poor, harassed producer going to do now?
Sorry about this. I'll arrange it myself, Ian, if it can't be done.
It's all right. I'll handle it. Is it... Do you think it would be possible at all to get 3 more cars down here by 2:15? Could you call your boss maybe and find out whether that is possible? And then we need the cars not up here because we're going to change the location. Right, okay. We're going to put them all the way down by the visitor centre. I'll rope off an area.
Which, believe it or not, is what we agreed on. You won't believe that.
Would that be okay? Can you make a call and check for me?
Yeah, no, that's absolutely fine.
The car has come from a supercar hire company, and the Mark goes off to ask his boss if any more cars are available. They're looking for 4 top-of-the-range sports models, and they need them now.
If you tell them to come after lunch, please, Ian, because I need to get things sorted. I need to now email my people and tell them it's changing again.
OK, all right. We're going to get everything sorted.
Nice to see Gemma's throwing herself into the role.
We don't need this car here right now. No, so you can go back.
Excuse me, did you say you had a Lamborghini?
Yes, you said you had a Lamborghini. Yeah, yes.
Cue the commercials director.
They just want the cars about 2 o'clock.
It's Paul, who's also just about to get an earful from his obnoxious client.
It's perfect. She's not happy.
What's wrong with it?
She wants more cars, which this
you want
gentleman...
me to switch your off?
Unfortunately,
Rob.
It's Rob.
He's
taking care of the...
I'm going to confirm 100% we're going to get more than 1 car.
Yes, I think that...
we can get
4 and they'll be here at 2:15.
Definitely.
What's she talking about?
Well, she now wants 4 cars here, 2:15, and also I need to let you let you know about something else. The location's changed as well. She wants to shoot everything down there.
Gemma starts laying into him.
It's our plan because everything.
I don't care how long it takes to set it up. It needs to look right.
Listen, it's all about style.
Doesn't matter if it takes a long time to set
up. Tricky client, quite feisty. Well, thank you so much, and thanks also for arranging for the other cars. You've saved my skin actually. Thank you. All right.
But the Mark has saved Alex's bacon. He's managed to organise 4 more cars to turn up later. Alex and Jazz set up further down the road, making room for those new cars.
Now we'll just wait for the growling noise.
Giving Gemma and Paul just enough time to set up a makeshift production office in a room the team have hired for the afternoon. Job done. And right on cue, the unmistakable growl of expensive sports car fills the air. True to his word, the first driver has sent along 4 of his colleagues. That's 4 brand new Marks to con in 4 new motors.
Can you back it up?
First up, a shiny red Ferrari 430. It's worth a cool £170,000 and is being driven by the first new Mark. Next up, a sleek black Lamborghini. Gemma will be pleased. Costing over 170 grand, its driver is our second Mark.
God, the sound of that engine, it's brilliant.
A souped-up Ford Rally Championship racing car worth £45,000. The driver is our next Mark. And finally, our 4th and final Mark is driving that Porsche Turbo 911, a snip at £120,000. Together, this haul of cars is worth more than £500,000. This is the biggest money heist the hustlers have ever tried to pull off.
Guys, can I ask you to follow me?
Alex is keen to get on with the scam, but the safety-conscious Marks make sure they lock up those prize motors before leaving the car park. So right now, the hustlers have over 500 grand's worth of cars in their sights, but they're all locked, and the 4 drivers are keeping a very close eye on them. How on earth are the hustlers going to pull off their biggest scam ever? Coming up. A boat trip these Marks and Gemma won't forget in a hurry.
I really need to get off. I'm going to be sick if I don't get off.
Plus the biggest getaway ever attempted on The Real Hustle. When hustlers go out, they don't take money. They take prop bets. The proposition bet has only one rule, and that's that the hustler always wins.
So I've got a challenge for you, a nice fun challenge. Now, you'll be able to relate to this. You know how men are quite bad at guessing sizes, aren't they?
Absolutely, yeah.
You know what I mean? You two will agree, I'm sure. So this one's for you. So I've got 11 10-pence pieces here.
Yep.
Normal 10-pence pieces, just going to stack them up like that. And in my other hand, I've got some coins, so I'm just going to line them out. I've got a £2 coin, 10-pence piece, 5-pence piece, 2-pence piece, 50p, and a 1p. We'll just line out like that. The challenge is, you need to pick the coin from this line here, that on its side will be the same height as this stack of 11 10-pence pieces. Now, if you can do that, I'll buy you a drink. Well done. If you can't, you buy me a drink. Is that a deal?
It's a deal.
Wicked.
Sounds simple enough. Jess's new friend needs to pick the coin that, when standing on its side, will be the same height as a stack of 11 coins.
You look like you sort of know the answer already, which is scaring me a little bit. Go on then, which one are you?
The £2 coin.
The £2 coin?
Yeah.
Do you think on its side that's going to be the same height?
I think it's quite bigger, yeah, it's the biggest one. Yeah.
Okay, so we'll put that on its side. It's actually not. It's actually quite a lot bigger than the 10-pence pieces. Not to worry, I am going to give you another go.
Okay.
So which one do you think now?
The 2p?
Also quite big, that one.
Yeah,
It's probably the
quite big.
second biggest one. So let's have a little look.
Yeah.
That also is too high. I'm afraid you still picked too big. Tell you what, third time lucky, I'll give you another go. See what I mean? Men are just so bad at guessing sizes.
I apologise.
You're thinking it's smaller than what it is. Okay, wrong combo. So,
Has to be the 10-pence.
if you'd have guessed this at the start,
Then yeah, should have been it.
you'd actually have lost. I'm afraid it's still too big.
Again?
Tell you what, I'll put you out of your misery. Shall I show you which one it is?
Yeah, please do, yeah.
Okay, if I was to tell you it was the 1p, what would you say?
No chance.
Say no, way too
No,
small, way
no,
too
too small, yeah.
Way too small. Okay, well, let's have a little go. It's actually
No.
the exact same height as the 10-pence pieces. You wouldn't have guessed that one, would you?
It's deceiving, very deceiving, yeah.
So you'd have thought all the other ones apart from that?
Yeah.
Well, a gin and tonic would be lovely.
Gin and tonic?
Thank
Okay,
you
okay,
very
no
much.
problem.
This is a smart hotel in the centre of Edinburgh, but this guy isn't checking in. He's here to buy a cut-price laptop. That makes him the Mark in the double switch. The person selling the laptops is Rob Marks, and he looks a lot like Paul.
Charlie, nice to meet you. Have a seat, Charlie. Someone else is coming along as well. She said she'll be here in a second. Is that okay? Yeah, just take care of everybody at the same time.
That mystery someone else is Jess. She's looking a lot more chavvy than normal, but that's all part of the scam.
You Rob?
Yes.
Hi, sorry.
Susie.
How
are you?
I am all right, yeah.
Yeah, have a seat.
Sorry,
have
my
a seat.
boyfriend can't actually find a place to park, so he's just waiting outside.
So, dodgy-looking Jess has a dodgy bloke waiting for her outside.
So, these are... My company gives these away to clients, and so basically we have a whole bunch of them left over.
Yeah.
And so the 200 cash, but this particular model is about 500, you know, if you buy it in the shop, so it's a pretty good deal. Do you want to check it, or I mean, I probably should. I don't know if you want to or not.
I'll look at you. They're the same, aren't they?
Yeah, they're both exactly the same. Let me open it for you.
Paul explains that the laptops are leftover client gifts from his company. The Mark wants to check what's actually in the box, and Paul's happy to oblige. Sure enough, it's a brand new, high-spec laptop worth hundreds of
I have
pounds.
one just like it, but it's about a year old.
Okay, well, I think that's all right.
Yeah, I mean, it's fine, you know, they all work.
Do you want to have a look?
There's a warranty card in here, Just send that off. You can do it online, and it's covered for 2 years, which is excellent. So 200, please.
Is that all the cake?
So the goods are kosher, and the mark seems happy to pay. Out comes the money.
Do you mind if I check it? Is that okay? No, I don't trust you. There you go.
Paul checks the cash and transfers it to a new envelope.
This is very good.
And that goes in his jacket pocket for safekeeping.
Yeah. Would you mind, before I actually give you the money, can I just show it to my boyfriend outside? Because I don't really know much about computers and that.
Can he come in?
No, because we couldn't find a place to park, could we? So can I just take it out to him now and just show him? It'll be like 2 minutes, just like literally just outside.
Yeah, can I bring it out to you?
Okay, I'll just go tell him. Yeah, no worries. Is that all right?
All right, thank you.
Obviously, I want to show him first.
Charlie, would you... Yes, absolutely. Would you do me a favour? Could you hold that for a second? I don't want to take cash out to her. Would that be okay?
Paul clearly thinks Jess looks well dodgy. He's unhappy about meeting some stranger in a car park and asks the mark to keep hold of his cash just in case it turns out to be a trick. After all, you can't be too careful these days. The mark waits patiently for Paul to return. Still no sign of Paul, but the mark's so happy with his purchase, he's even chatting on the phone about it with a friend.
It's okay, I checked it already, all the laptops, all the gadgets, all the equipments, everything is perfect.
A full half-hour later, and Paul's not back yet. The mark's still chilling though. He's got his laptop. He's looking after the cash. What could possibly go wrong? Maybe he can surf the web to kill some time. Or can he? So what's really going on? Earlier, Jess timed her entrance perfectly from her stakeout in the cafe next door. Once Paul had the mark's cash, he transferred the money into another envelope. Jess distracted him with her cock-and-bull story about her boyfriend. And Paul made the switch by replacing the envelope containing the mark's cash with an identical one filled with bits of newspaper. Paul then walked out with the real laptop, meeting Jess outside. All they had to do was pop into a nearby cafe until everything had blown over.
That pepperoni?
No, I think it's just cheese.
That box looked convincing. It really contained a pack of cheap printer paper. But the mark still thought he had that envelope of cash that Paul left with him. But after a quick peek inside, he couldn't believe his eyes. Instead of crisp £20 notes, it was stuffed with newspaper. And the realisation that he'd been scammed hits him like a slap in the face.
This all seems pretty legit. The mark has seen a laptop coming out of its box and naturally assumes that the other box is identical.
Whenever buying anything privately, be aware that con artists are experts at gaining your trust and separating you from your money. Always be vigilant and remember that a deal may not be as fair as it first seems.
Earlier, the hustlers took delivery of over £500,000 worth of sleek supercars. They've arranged for them to be here for a TV commercial they claim to be filming. Guest hustler Gemma Atkinson is playing the role of the tantrum-prone client, and producer Alex and assistant Jazz are wrangling the motors. Right now, they're all safely locked up in the car park, and director Paul is just about to explain his artistic vision to the four marks. In The Wheel Deal Part 2.
When it comes to the shot, all you need to do is drive onto the boardwalk up here, but I want you to be staggered in a very specific way. And we're going to decide on the positions right now.
I'm not being picky here, but we've got all this stuff, yeah?
Yeah.
And it's going to take ages to get up anyway. So if we get it up there and it's not right...
We've got plenty of time.
No,
we're not actually shooting for a few hours. I mean,
we've not got time to come back and shoot it because of the light. So we either...
Everyone's starting to look a bit uncomfortable with all the squabbling.
If it's just us who goes up,
Right,
and I don't like it, fine. But I don't want to take all this
Listen,
on.
I'm going to take these guys up anyway and show them
Can I
what I
come
want.
and have a look as well?
Yeah, absolutely.
The marks are being taken on a quick trip up on the wheel so that Paul can explain the shots he's planning and show them where he'll need the cars to be positioned on the ground. Control freak client Gemma is insisting she's coming too.
I'll see you at the boat, yeah?
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. So they have your keys, so they can, because I need a camera in a couple of these.
The marks are still holding the keys to the motors, but as director Paul explains, he wants to rig some cameras inside the cars, so needs them open. So here comes producer Alex with his assistant Jazz to get them.
Cameras are unpacked, we're all just waiting.
All right.
Can I get the keys for you guys?
Got him. Alex assures the drivers he's looking after those prize wheels, but they're not that bothered.
I'll be with the cars at all times, okay? So
After all, they're just going to be on the boat for a short trip, and they can easily keep an eye on the cars on the way. Well, this is a boat trip with a difference. The barge starts off in an enclosed gondola, which lifts it 35 metres into the air, hoisted by that massive wheel. Once they get going, the marks will get a bird's eye view of the car park.
How long does it take? 'Cause
You're all right.
They've only just set off, but grumpy client Gemma seems to be uncomfortable already.
This is where I want the first car to come in. So the first car we'll see.
Director Paul gamely explains what he needs the drivers to do during the shoot. Gemma's still not looking happy. The wheel's getting higher and higher, and she's going greener and greener.
Will jump off the thing? I just need a bathroom.
Listen, it just goes down here, turns around and comes back.
I know,
It's
but I just
very,
feel
very
really...
gentle.
She really is looking sick as a parrot. Can Paul arrange an emergency
Let
stop?
me go and have a quick word back here. Is it possible for the lady that's with us to get off?
What we'll do is we'll just go right through and we'll go to the side.
You go to the side? No,
I really need to get off.
so
I'm
just
going to be
the two,
sick if
yeah?
I don't get off. I really
Look,
need
no,
to
it
get off.
has to be down there. I'm sorry, do here.
Oh, God.
All right, I'll stay with you. It's all right. Just
I feel so sick.
All right, just take it easy. All right, I'm going to take her off and take her down to the thing and meet you on the other side.
It's not a scheduled stopping point, but they managed to negotiate an early exit. Paul explains to the marks that for health and safety reasons, they'll have to stay put for now.
Right, so I'll be back in 10 minutes. What do you want to eat tonight? I mean, what's good? Any Indian food?
Shut up, I'm talking about food.
Paul promises to come back once he's deposited Gemma safely back on dry land.
Guys, I'll see you in 10 minutes. All right? All right, thank you.
And she's off, swiftly followed by director Paul, who puts a caring arm around her shoulder. The marks seem less sympathetic.
All right, so I'm going to send you down the hill a little bit while they can watch me. All right, so just keep on going down there.
But here's the thing. That was the last chance to get off this boat. The marks are now going for the scenic tour, whether they like it or not. They're now stuck on that boat for the next 25 minutes. Once inside the tunnel, the marks can no longer see the cars, and Jazz cues the final part of the scam.
They've all entered the tunnel on the boat. We're ready to queue the van now. We need to get the van down here now so that we can load up the cars.
With the marks now out of sight, it's safe for Paul to catch up with Gemma. Now that's one heck of a getaway vehicle, specially hired for the day by the hustlers. Gemma and Paul join Alex and Jazz for their first glimpse of all those cars.
If I had to pick one, it'd be Porsche, I think.
Yeah.
How much time we got?
Probably got about 20 minutes.
20 minutes is not a lot of time to get the cars onto the transporter before the marks complete their journey. Blissfully unaware that anything untoward is going on, the marks are quite literally in the dark, with no clue that their prize motors are being nicked from right under their noses. One by one, the cars are loaded onto the transporter. Meanwhile, the marks have reached the halfway point, and the barge has turned round to make its return trip back through the tunnel. The hustlers better get a move on. This operation has to be done quickly, slickly and safely, as it's only a matter of time before the marks come out of that tunnel and we'll be able to see exactly what the hustlers have been up to. The barge finally comes back out of the tunnel. There's no sign of Director Paul. And what on earth is going on in the car park? This wasn't in the briefing. The marks can see their prized supercars being loaded onto the transporter, and they certainly didn't give permission for that. The marks can now see in plain sight. The cars are no longer where they left them.
So how was that boat ride? Beautiful.
I felt sick.
Yeah.
It's terrible for me.
But they're still on the boat, unable to jump ship. They're completely helpless.
Here they come.
Leaving the hustlers free to drive away with the biggest moneymaker they've ever managed to pull off.
Well done, guys.
Can't miss off yet. Makes a difference now because they've taken the cars. What cars?
TRH Productions seem to have closed for the day. And the hustlers have scarpered, leaving the marks with a very long bus ride home.
We just went along with what we thought was a professional package.
Seemed legit. It's something you think that will never happen to you. It makes your blood boil.
On the getaway with Paul, I felt great. It was relief more than anything. I just said to him, like, we've done it, and we did a little high five. I kept saying, walking off, I kept saying, can they see us? Can they still see us? But yeah, it was just utter relief that it worked and everything was all right. If we had done this in real life, I'd have to give them back. I'd feel absolutely rotten.
This is a complicated and elaborate professional scam where criminals could potentially get away with £500,000 worth of luxury motor cars. The message here is never part with keys to a luxury vehicle or your home or any other kind of goods unless you're completely confident of who you're dealing with. These people were strangers.
The marks in this show have no idea they're being hustled. They agreed the footage could be shown so that you can avoid falling for the same scams. The hustlers have invited celebrity friends to see if they can cut it as con artists. But they'll have no clue what the scam is about, and there are no dress rehearsals. So this is sink or swim. Today's guest hustler is Hollyoaks star and 7 Degrees North champion, actor Marcus Patrick.
When you're acting, there's usually other people around you that are also acting. Some of the stuff I see on the show, it just beggars belief that it actually goes on. I just want to find out what it is so I can sort of relax and think about what I'm doing. So please tell me.
So, to put him out of his misery, Marcus has been dropped off at a local garden centre for his hustle briefing.
Morning. Welcome to the Real Hustle Garden. Yeah, we stole all of this.
Okay.
Naturally.
Yeah. Nice and spacious.
Actually, today we're going to take part in a little bit of piracy.
Yeah.
You like pirates?
I love them.
And what do pirates like?
Treasure.
And what do they do with treasure?
They
bury it.
They bury it.
Yeah,
Of course they do.
usually with a map, right?
Yeah.
So this is a very old scam we're pulling today, real old school stuff. One of the main principles is that you will have to do a little bit of forced labor.
Meaning?
Meaning?
Was this in the contract?
This, actually it was. Check the small print.
Okay.
There you go. You'll need that. Come on, I'll show you the place.
We're off.
So it's off to work for Marcus, who's going to have to dig deep to convince the mark in the buried treasure. A large house on a quiet suburban road. Some workmen pull up outside and go about their business. It's Paul, Jazz and Marcus, suited and booted to do a bit of digging.
There we go.
They've told the house owner they're here to investigate reported water leaks in the area, but shouldn't need to bother them unless there's a problem.
You want to start around the edge first?
Yeah, start up just around the edge.
Marcus's first role is to be in charge of the metal detector.
Do that over that bit again.
And he's already got a reading.
Where's that? Stops there.
There you go. Oh.
There you go.
Don't do anything.
Every time around this bit.
Don't do anything until I've spoken to the owner, please.
They can't just dig up this beautiful lawn without letting the owner know. So Paul goes to get permission.
Hiya. Sorry to trouble you.
This lady is the owner, making her the mark.
We do have something in the middle of your lawn, but it's not where the pipe should be. Have you got anything under there, or? It's quite a dense object. We probably should have a look at it. Do you mind if we?
So Marcus's metal detecting has shown up that there's a large object buried under the lawn. But it's the wrong shape for a pipe.
Do you mind if they?
No.
All right.
As long as you put things back.
Yeah. Take the top off and go down. Yeah.
So it can't be a pipe. It's too wide.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
No, the pipe's supposed to run through the back here. There might be an old tributary, but that's it. All right, let me see. Do you want to see what this is? I mean, I don't know. If it's a £1 coin, I'd be very surprised. It's a little bit too big.
Paul leads her downstairs to investigate.
Well, just go down a couple of feet. If it's not a pipe, just leave it.
Yeah, I can definitely feel something there. I made sure I cut it in a nice little square so I can just fill it back up for you.
Yeah, it's a bomb.
Oh my God.
Jesus.
It's not always like this. Don't get too excited.
It's more exciting than a
What,
pipe.
it's not a bomb or anything crazy?
I'm going to stand back.
They found an old World War II bomb.
Well, we found one of those in our time.
That's definitely no water pipe.
It's like a deposit box.
Oh my God.
Oh, there you go. Oh, a claw.
The hustlers have discovered a rusty old box.
This has been wet for a long time. Aye. Would you hold on to that for me?
Yeah, sure.
Please.
Yeah.
Beyond that.
The mark's intrigued and wants to examine the contents.
Oh, it's very wet.
Oh dear.
What is that?
Oh my God.
Is it a picture? Is that a pic? No, it's not. It's a letter.
This is quite incredible.
Oh wow.
Oh, somebody's
That is,
old medal.
Wow.
Oh wow.
Let's treat it. Let's touch it very, very carefully because you can see the water.
Don't touch it then, don't touch it then.
Do me a favour.
Oh my God, that's so gorgeous.
Let me take this.
Yeah, touch it very carefully.
Right,
Let me just feel this.
All right.
That's crazy.
Fill that back in for me just now and give me a minute.
Paul heads to the back of the garden with her to get a closer look inside.
So we'll look at what we got here. Yeah, this is all come apart, isn't it?
Very fragile. Oh wow, that's quite emotional, isn't it? That's somebody's gorgeous letter. Lewis Saul, Princes Street, Edinburgh. Oh, that's unbelievable. What a gorgeous find.
What's that?
Oh wow, it's like a wee map for hidden treasure.
The box also contains a map of the Marks' garden, showing the lawn and some trees with pointers to a further possible haul of treasure. But how on earth did it get there? Earlier that week, Paul recce'd a number of gardens in the area. Finding no one at home, he surveyed this back garden and took notes on layout and key features. In the den, Jazz and Polly filled an old metal box with a fake letter, a black and white photograph of a couple, some vintage trinkets, and most importantly, a map with an X marking the spot of more treasure in another area of the garden.
Hello? Hi, my name's Daisy. I'm calling from TRH Surveyors.
Polly then made a call from a water engineering company. She wanted to check when the owner would be out.
No, there won't be anybody in tomorrow, I'm afraid.
Yeah, that's no problem. We can always contact you another time.
That's what to do. Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Cool.
Yeah, all good.
Coast clear, Paul and Alex returned to the house, sneaked around the back and buried the box beneath the lawn. Foreman Paul made sure Alex did all the hard work.
Let me have a wee look at this. This is a map that's kind of...
I'm going to take this and put it on here, right? Because look at
Aye,
that.
please, please do, yeah.
The mark takes the sodden box and its contents inside to dry out.
Then does that map relate to these trees?
Just right now, look, to my darling, keep you can, and all this.
Right, let me, I'll be right back.
On his way back down, Paul signals to Marcus and Jazz that the next phase of the scam can begin.
You boys find anything else?
We found there's something here.
Soon, more beeping from Marcus's metal detector has the Mark's attention.
There is, actually. Careful now, careful.
It's bigger than that one, though. It goes from here.
What do you think?
It seems it's deeper.
Yeah. I'll leave it up.
This is it. The big moment the hustlers have been building towards. The metal detector has gone off the scale. Something else is down there, and it seems much, much bigger than the first find.
There's something big over here. It's about 4 or 5 times as big, and it's deeper.
Yeah.
Rob, what do you want to do? Do you want us to sort of outline
don't dig that up.
No,
don't dig that up.
Because they're pointing at a tree in the wee map. There's an arrow pointing to a tree in the map.
Oh, is there?
Really?
The map in the box has an X marking that exact spot in the Mark's garden. Funny that. So, she's got the metal box with a map promising further treasure. Could this be the find of a lifetime? Maybe not.
Our company's found things like this before. Is they tend to just take these things.
Right.
The only reason I know about this is that when they find claims, for example, there was a whole box of gold coins found about 8 years ago, and the council kept all of it.
So Paul's worried the council will step in and claim the loot, meaning the Mark will lose out.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but if there's a connection between that box, and they take that one, I'm not sure if that means they take that also.
Jazz helpfully points out that any treasure dug up by workmen must, by law, be reported to the local authorities.
I'm supposed to report it tonight. I'm supposed to take it away, but I won't. I won't do that. I'm just deeply concerned that you'll lose whatever this is. I've been seeing this happen many times before. I just don't really want to see them digging up your garden and keeping all your stuff.
So the Mark might not get to keep that surprise treasure trove after all. And what was promising to be a great day is now about to turn sour.
Fucking scammed. Aha, scammed, he's dead.
When hustlers go out, they don't take money. They take prop bets. The proposition bet has only one rule, and that's that the hustler always wins.
So I've got a little proposition bet for you guys. I'm going to use something. I've got a piece of newspaper here. You've got to balance this piece of newspaper upright, like this, on one hand. And you've got to keep it up there for, let's say, 5 seconds. But you can't roll it up, and you can't sort of fold it into like a stiff piece of paper. Do you want to have a go?
So to win a drink, Alex is betting that his new friends can't balance a page of newspaper on their hands from corner to corner without folding or rolling it up.
Pretty skeptical gold.
Okay. All right. Okay. Any other ideas?
Like this?
Okay. Try whatever you want to try.
Can't hold the top, can you?
You can't keep holding the top. So, do you want me to let go now?
No.
Okay. Almost. You've got to keep it up there for like 5 seconds at least. Okay. I mean, you can hold it like that if you want.
Why not?
Yeah, go on.
Let's how Paul reads.
Right. Okay, for a round of drinks. There you go. One hand, 5 seconds. I think I've done 5 seconds now, surely. Well,
Alex proves it's easy when you know how. He doesn't need to fold it. He just snaps the page along its length to form a strong spine. The newspaper then effortlessly stands straight up on his hand for the all-important 5 seconds. A relaxed bar in the West End of Glasgow. But this smart couple aren't on a date. It's Alex and Jess, and it looks like these guys are here to meet them. But they're not here for drinks. They've been told that Alex is selling off some cheap tablet computers, and they're here to buy.
Edward. Yeah, have a seat.
This makes them the Marks in the Splitter.
So it was one iPad? Oh, okay. You know, you each going to buy one, yeah?
Oh, you want another one?
That's fine.
Alex opens the box in front of the marks so they can see that what they've come to buy is the real deal. But Alex and Jess already know they want two. They've deliberately only brought one. In fact, this is the key to the scam working.
Okay, if you've got a car here, have you? Yeah. All right, we can quickly drive down to the lock-up and pick another one up. Is that okay? The only thing is you need to pay for them now, because then we can release them, yeah?
Alex is happy to get another one from their lockup, and the first mark agrees to drive him there. But Alex wants the money first. The mark hands over hundreds of pounds.
Yeah. Good.
Alex quickly counts the cash. After all, there are lots of con artists around these days.
Perfect.
Brilliant,
okay.
thank you.
You hold on to that.
Put it back in that envelope.
Edward, do you want to... You got the car, you said, yeah? Let's go.
Alex and the first mark head off to the lockup.
You're not going to be long, are you?
No, 5 minutes.
Okay.
The second mark stays put with Jess, the original iPad and all that cash, as Alex's chauffeur takes him to his car. And off they go.
Just left here.
Meanwhile, Jess and the other mark are making a little small talk.
Oh, you do security? Oh, wow, whereabouts? Oh, you're a bouncer? Remember, I kicked a bouncer when I was about 18.
The marks just received a text.
Sorry? You okay? Oh, was it? You're going to go out and give it a boy thing that you do? Okay.
That text isn't completely accurate. It came from the first mark's phone, but not from the mark himself. Once they were a few streets away, Alex made up an excuse about having to collect the lockup keys from a mate in another pub.
You know what, we're here early and I left my mobile with Susie. Have you got your mobile on you? I'll text him and just to let him know that we're here early.
Alex then borrowed the mark's phone to text his mate about the keys. But what he was really doing was texting the other mark. Back at the first bar, this guy heads outside to help his pal.
I'll just go in. I'll be 2 secs, yeah?
Alex hands back the phone and then does a runner through the pub into a parked car. And he's gone. And suddenly, Jess also seems to have somewhere else to be. Alex is taking ages, and the first mark is getting restless. Outside the first pub, there's no sign of the broken down car. Fed up waiting for Alex, eventually the first mark calls his mate.
Dad, are you sure this isn't Dodgy? He's in the pub. Where's she?
Jess has disappeared along with the iPad and the cash.
Dad.
And the poor Mark is so gobsmacked, he seems to have lost the power of speech.
Dad. She's gone. Right, what about the money, but?
And it soon starts to dawn on both of them. Something's gone seriously wrong.
Dad.
Alex meets Jess at a pre-arranged rendezvous point, and their getaway is complete.
Got money for the iPad? Splendid.
When we separated, that's when a lot of the confusion started, because I couldn't see him and he can't see me, so and as far as he knew, I was round the corner when I was a couple of miles down the road.
Planned out quite well.
Got the separation thing bang on. Taking sweets from my baby, really.
Divide and conquer is a classic battle technique, and it works just as well for scammers. By separating the two marks, we create confusion and give ourselves enough time to get away before they even realise they've been scammed.
The only thing you should consider buying in a pub is a pint and a packet of peanuts. You buy electronics from a retailer or a known, trusted reseller. Otherwise, you're just begging to be ripped off.
Earlier today, the hustlers posed as waterboard contractors, investigating leaky pipes, and dug up an old metal box in this Mark's back garden.
It's not always like this. Don't get too excited.
The box contained some vintage trinkets, a letter and an old map promising more treasure buried elsewhere in the garden. Excited at the prospect of getting to keep the booty, the mark was soon let down by Paul's insistence on having to report the find to the authorities.
I've been seeing this happen many times before. I just don't really want to see them digging up your garden and keeping all your stuff.
Paul's worried if the council step in, they'll claim the loot, meaning the mark will lose out. Maybe he's got a solution.
Let me make a quick phone call.
He now pretends to be asking a lawyer friend for some advice. After all, he really just wants to help the mark out.
Hi, I think you remember me. This is Robert Marks.
Paul's talking loud enough for the mark to hear him. He seems keen for her to be able to keep the contents of the box without reporting it.
It's like a pirate film. There's a map, and there's a whole bunch of trees here. There's a bunch that are gone now, but there is a chance there might be something else. But yeah, okay. Sorry. What Ian has told me is that you should keep everything together inside the box.
Not touching anything that inside the box?
Inside the box, so that it's all in one place. And that you should put something of yours in the box that's of equal value, because they can't take it away from you then. That's what he's told me.
That's a great wee tip.
Paul's found a legal loophole to stop the council confiscating the box and the other possible buried treasure. If the mark places something of high value in the box, she has a legal right to hold on to it because it's now storage for her valuables. That means the council can't touch it. And crucially, they won't get their hands on that map leading to the bigger buried treasure.
I have to take a photograph of it to show to my boss. Do you mind if I take a photograph of it all in the box? Because I might get into trouble for taking it all out like that.
Just say a lady done it. No, don't put it all back in the box. Just say I done it. Just say that.
I have to insist. Actually, I know how these things go.
Well, you can't insist because you're now in my house. It's
yeah, but that's why.
There, but you're now in the house.
Yeah, but you know, you could get me into quite a lot of trouble.
Oh, don't mince. It was me who found the box and brought it up here. Look, there's the chains down there.
Despite offering to help her, the mark seems unconvinced and is getting more and more frustrated with Mr. Jobsworth and his endless nitpicking.
I know it's a pain in the neck, but if I don't do that, I'll be quite.
See if you lift all that now. It's just going to. I think it's just going to all fall apart. It's so dirty.
See, well, I mean, unfortunately, that won't wash with my boss.
Well, I'll speak to your boss because you're now in some private property that's in here now.
I'm a little lost, to be honest, because he's told me to put something of value in there and say that that's yours and nobody can take it from you.
Well, I can sort that out. You go.
I need to take a photograph of it, though.
Do it then. Come on, hurry up.
Well, what can you put in there of value? I mean, what can I show you? All right. Can we bring everything out and I'll take a photograph and then that way I haven't shown it in your house? I'm very, very sorry. It's bureaucracy gone mad is what it is, but...
So the mark needs to put all the soaking wet and muddy items back into the box so Paul can take a photo. But to make the find hers, she has to put in an item of value of her own, along with the historical artefacts.
Now, do you want to put anything of value in there, like some cash or something, just to say it's yours?
Watch, it's fine, absolutely not a problem.
It's very wet in there.
The mark puts her watch in the box. It's a pretty nice one, but that's not what Paul's after. He wants cash. Unless she starts to play ball, the whole scam will have been a complete waste of time.
Are you sure you want me holding on to your watch? It's getting dirty. I really don't like to do that.
I need to hurry you along though because
well.
millions of things to do.
The mark takes her watch back. She's rapidly losing patience, and this scam's just about to be going nowhere. Paul goes in for the kill. He needs to get through to her that if she doesn't place an item of great personal value in the box, she'll lose out on any further treasure buried in her back garden.
The last haul was worth about 200,000. They lost all of that, and I felt that was very bad.
I can put money in it if you want.
Finally, Paul's suggestion of another recent find being worth over £200,000 seems to have grabbed the mark's attention.
And so long as your money stays in there, they say nobody can take it off you.
That's absolutely.
By putting cash in the box and having it photographed in situ, she'll then be able to claim it as hers.
Well, do you want to do that now? Can I have the box and everything and I'll just do it the way it was before you put in whatever it is you want to put in there? But I'm guessing the more it is, the less they can argue. Would that be okay? I will, I promise.
Paul lifts the delicate items from the table and puts them back in the box. And it looks like the mark has come up with the goods. That's £1,000.
Oh my goodness, that's a lot of cash. Jay, do you have a camera? This one's rubbish.
Oh, here, take that.
Jazz brings his phone up to take the picture of the mark's cash sitting in the muddy box of treasure.
Here, my hands are a bit dirty.
Sorry, that's okay. Thank you. That's clearly yours.
Paul neatly folds the muddy cloth around the cash and other contents and hands the box to Jazz.
I just want to take another photograph of it on the lawn and then we're done. Do you want to come with us?
We've pretty much checked everywhere here now.
Hello. What's so ghosty?
Stella, baby.
Oh, that's a nice name.
You actually, could you take that?
Yeah.
The three then head down to the garden to take that all-important final photo. A shot of the box in the exact spot where it was dug up.
So it doesn't come out, I don't think, any further than that.
Right, do you boys want to go and get the markers, please?
Oh, it got all wet.
So the most important thing is that I leave it the way I found it, and it's entirely up to you what you do with it. Can you just do me one big favour? Don't tell anybody that we know about that, because we won't mention it.
No, I wouldn't say anything about that, honestly. Was that it done? You've
Yeah.
done it then?
So the mark's happy. She thinks she's got a mysterious box of treasure that's just been dug up out of her lawn. She also thinks there's more loot buried there. And she also thinks her cash is safe inside the box. Wrong.
Look, I've been scammed. Aha, scammed, it's there.
Here's what really happened. The muddy cloth package containing the mark's cash was switched by Jazz as the mark headed over to metal detecting Marcus to gloat over the new find, as Paul pretended to take a photo of the mark's cash in the box. Of course, there's nothing buried under those trees. Alex made sure the metal detector would go off by hammering some large nails in the ground when he buried the metal box.
She's quite spirited, and there were points where I thought, oh, this isn't happening, we're off. Paul went back for a third time, and I thought, is he serious? A little tap on the window, as if he hasn't finished yet, and he was trying to get the box out. I think doing this sort of thing for real, it's too nerve-wracking. You've got to have a real bottle. And it's devious, isn't it? And you're constantly conning people, and there's no way to go through life, is it? So no, I'm not going to go head on into criminality, and I'm not going to go and sell my granny for a £5 after this, honest.
The mark in this scam didn't seem to have too much to lose. After all, what's the harm in putting some money in a box that she then gets to hold on to? Plus, she really wanted to get rid of that annoying council official.
We need to be real here. What's the likelihood of buried treasure being in your garden? If officials come along and start asking you to dig up your garden or to come into your home, you have to ask them for identification. If they are genuine, they'll produce it immediately. If you've got any doubt whatsoever, ring the organisation they work for, the water board, the police force, or whoever, but check them out thoroughly and don't allow them to start digging up your garden or coming into your home.
The marks in this show have no idea they're being hustled. They agreed the footage could be shown so that you can avoid falling for the same scams. The hustlers have invited celebrity friends to see if they can cut it as con artists. But they'll have no clue what the scam is about, and there are no dress rehearsals. So this is sink or swim. Today's guest hustler is Corrie and celeb Big Brother star, actor Lucian Laviscount.
I woke up this morning, I'm in a new city, I'm so nervous, I'm a sheep in a field full of lions. I think you just got to be ballsy. I think you just got to have big cojones, really. The people that do this in the real world, I've got a lot of time for them, really, because it's a crazy way to make money, and it's kind of cool as well. I'm a hustler. It's got a nice little tag to it.
Hello.
Lucian's been told to meet sexy swindler Jess for his hustle briefing.
I've got a question for you. Do you own a pair of handcuffs by any chance?
Yes.
Have you got them with you?
I can't say no, I don't.
Oh, that's just no good. That's just no good. Because today you're going to be scamming someone, and by the end of the day, they're going to be desperate to buy a pair of handcuffs from you, and they're going to pay a lot of money for them.
Handcuffs?
Yes. Come with me, I'll tell you more about it.
Right, OK.
So Lucian's going to be working off the cuff in The Feud. The hustlers love dabbling in the antiques world, so today they've come to an upmarket Georgian gallery in Edinburgh, a rambling 4-storey warehouse stuffed full of expensive treasures. You could easily get lost in this place. It's massive, and that's exactly why the hustlers have chosen it, as the staff won't notice them going about their business. Paul's looking dapper. He's playing the role of historical artefacts expert Rob Marks, a local dealer who often uses this place to do some freelance business. Lucian is posing as the owner's son, a rookie dealer learning the ropes.
Can you tell me about the history of this?
Looks like Jess and Polly are here to buy, but they're actually just testing Lucian to see if he can pull off his role by thinking on his feet.
First black diver, deep sea diver, actually wore this.
Really?
Yeah, yeah, and you know, the reason why we've got it up here, because October is Black History Month as well. So, yeah, so we just got it for the month.
These guys are also here to buy. They notice Lucian talking to the girls and assume he works here. Time for some improv.
Sorry, how are you guys? Yeah, pleasure to meet you. Do you need a hand?
Yeah, I came to collect Georgian Victorian photo viewer.
This guy is carrying £2,000 in cash, making him the mark.
Rob, he's one of the distributors here. He's downstairs, and he'll be able to give you a hand. Do you know much about the piece, or?
Yeah, that's £2 grand.
Well, come down, meet Rob.
So the mark is keen to buy a Victorian picture viewer, but he's got absolutely no idea what one looks like, and neither does Lucian.
You've been down here before, or?
No, that's the first time.
First time?
He offers help in the form of expert dealer Rob Marks, who set up office on the floor below.
It's my dad's place, so he's had it for about...
Hearing Lucian and the mark approaching, Paul and Alex spring into action to stage a little scene for them.
Look, we're not going to do business together. You want to buy them, find the person I'm going to sell them to, buy them off them. You're not buying them off me. Yeah.
Rob Marks seems to be having a very heated argument with someone.
Listen, I'm sorry. Say hi to your dad, and apologies for this.
That someone is Alex, playing Paul's old business partner and now arch-rival Ian Steele.
Get your way. But,
actually, Rob, these gentlemen were interested in the Victorian picture viewer.
How can I help?
Okay, so
have a seat, please.
Collect this one, the Victorian photo viewer.
This chap doesn't sound like he's from these parts, but the hustlers are equal opportunity scammers. They'll take anyone's money.
If you have that one, then get it.
I don't think it's sold.
Well, have a look.
It'll be 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Lucian heads off to hunt for a viewer, while Paul gives the mark the benefit of his expert knowledge.
Before there was television, people would get around and show pictures.
The heat's on for Julian. He texts the other hustlers to help hunt for the picture viewer. Jess searches the web to find an image. After all, that's what the internet's for. It's like looking for a needle in a haystack, and the hustlers don't have much time.
This place is an Aladdin's cave. You know, if you didn't know what you were doing, you would never find anything in here. But
Paul's stalling the mark with his very best small talk, while the others are scouring every inch of the warehouse for the viewer.
I think if you're looking for a collector, it's like gold dust.
Just as Paul's chat is scraping the bottom of the barrel, Lucian strikes gold.
I thought this was sold.
The cleanup crew have been in, and it was down the back. So.
Okay. All right.
Paul's now going to give the mark a sales pitch about an antique he's never even seen. Luckily, he seems to know a bit about Victorian picture viewers.
In the Victorian times, when your family died, it became fashionable to take a photograph of the deceased. So after they were dead, they would take a picture. You can see this is this lady's passed on. It's a little bit macabre, but very, 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 very collectible and very interesting. But it doesn't have any cards. This card does not belong with this viewer. This is a completely different piece. The cards as a collection are worth approximately £800. You put it together with this. This is selling retail for $750. Say $1,500 for the two together would be I think would be a fair price. But you would then be able to sell at an auction for anything in the region of $10,000.
Wow, what an amazing deal. But for this scam to work, Paul's plan all along was to pretend he had a matching item for whatever the mark had come to buy. After all, a set is far more valuable than a single item. There must be a catch.
And I would also be willing to give it to you for an even better price in return for a small trade in services, if that's of interest to you.
So that's it. Paul wants something from the mark in return for this great deal. He's got a little favour to ask him.
My business partner who was here earlier, we don't do business anymore. We have not a very great relationship.
You want to buy them, find the person I'm going to sell them to, buy them off them. You're not buying them off me.
The only thing I collect is Houdini memorabilia. I don't know if you're familiar with Houdini. Yeah. That set there was the only set of handcuffs that he couldn't open. And it was made by the same person that made these. Both together, for me, as a collector, would be very good. Unfortunately, the person who has them is he.
So, Paul's a Houdini expert. He's been collecting memorabilia for years, and he desperately wants to get his mitts on a set of handcuffs that belong to ex-business partner Alex. The cuffs match a set of leg irons that Paul already owns, but Alex is point-blank refusing to sell to him. Paul needs to persuade the mark to buy them for him, and Lucien is the key.
If you're willing to at least put them together with Ian, because look, he'll sell it to anybody, he just won't sell it to me.
Lucien eventually agrees to act as a go-between, but will the mark go for it?
Here's the deal. If you would be willing to do that for me, I'll give you the cash. If you buy them from him and then give them back to me, I'll even give you a small profit. Does that sound fair to you?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
It's on. The mark has agreed to help Paul buy the Houdini handcuffs from Alex in return for the viewer, cards, and some cash.
I'm taking a big risk because I'll give you the cash. As long as you promise not to take a holiday in the next couple hours with my money.
So everyone's happy. It's the deal of a lifetime all round.
£2,000. You know, I'm going by instinct. I know when I can trust somebody. I hope I'm right.
You don't see that every day. A hustler giving someone $2 grand out of his own pocket. What is he playing at? For now, the deal's on. But will the mark take off with Paul's cash, or will he honour his agreement to meet Lucien later to help settle the feud? When hustlers go out, they don't take money. They take prop bets. The proposition bet has only one rule, and that's that the hustler always wins.
Tell you what, does anybody have a £20 note? Or a £10 note, it doesn't really matter, anything you've got, okay? And what I want you to do, you have to fold it like this, so it's almost like a little Z. All right? You have to do exactly what I do. We're going to hold it in our hands, but you have to hold it in exactly the way that I hold it. And the last person holding a £20 note keeps any money that falls on the table or the floor. Fair enough?
Yeah.
This is what I want you to do. Take your fingers like that, okay? One pinching this way, and the other one pinching this way. And the idea is you have to be able to take your fingers away. And then take one away like that. That one fell, and that one fell, which means I get to keep this one. The secret is just a little bit of extra investment. All you need is that 10 pence.
So that sneaky 10p balanced on Paul's thumb weighted his folded note, earning him 3 crisp 20s. That's a whole lot of free drinks.
That's mine, that's mine, that's mine, and the drinks are definitely on you.
A busy courtyard in a city centre plaza. This guy's a keen photographer. He's here to buy a second-hand camera lens from a guy he's arranged to meet. He's brought cash, so that makes him the mark. In the Lost Fob.
Hey, Andrew. Yeah, hi. Come in. Sit down. Sorry. I'm in a bit of a... So have a seat, have a seat. I'm going to get the camera lens. It's here, but it's in the office. I've just had a bit of a mini disaster.
Are you kidding?
You know, I work in PR and we do film PR and stuff like that, and during the course of this day, somehow, somewhere in the meetings, I seem to have lost a USB stick with all our clients' info on it. And if I don't find it, I'm going to lose my job. So I've been looking for it here. I've been texting people who I've had meetings with. I've just been on the phone to the cab company to see if they found anything. So, but let me, so I haven't...
Do you want to do this another time, then?
No, that's fine, that's fine.
The guy selling the lens is Alex. Looks like he's in a bit of a tizzy. In fact, he's in a total panic. He's posing as a PR agent, and it turns out he's lost a computer fob with all his famous clients' sensitive details on it.
Listen, do me a favour. If I've already spoken to the bar. I said 100 quid to if anybody finds it and hands it in, because I'm going to have to go back and now tell my boss that I can't find it.
Okay.
But listen, I'll be back in 10 minutes. Is that okay? I'm so sorry to bring all this on you. But if you find it, can you just call me straight away?
If I see it.
Because if I don't have to tell my boss,
yes,
that would be great. Cheers, mate. And again, apologies.
Alex heads off to fess up to his boss about the lost fob and also to get the lens. The Mark decides to text a friend while he waits for Alex to return.
Is this yours?
Where did you find that?
Is it yours?
Well, this guy who I'm meeting just lost a USB stick, and he said he's going to lose his job if...
Okay.
Hang on, well, where did you find it?
Literally under my table.
What a stroke of luck. The girl at the next table seems to have found the lost fob. But this is no ordinary girl. It's Polly, and her role in this scam is about to begin.
Hello?
Hi, Ian.
Yes, Andrew.
Hi, can you describe the USB stick to me?
What, have you found it? Is it there?
The girl at the table next to me has found it, but she wants me to describe it to her to make sure it's yours.
Oh, you're kidding? Oh, well, pass her on.
I'm going to put you on to him, okay? Okay.
Hello?
Hi there. Have you got my USB stick?
Yeah, I just found it. It was by my bag under my table.
Right, OK, brilliant. It's a black one with red stuff. It's a flip one.
Oh, yeah, no, that's definitely yours.
Oh, brilliant. Oh, listen, thank you so much. Listen, I said to the guy, 100 quid to whoever hands it in.
£100?
Yeah, £100, yeah.
The Mark is happy for Alex, but shrugs in disbelief at his generous reward.
I'm going to be back in 15 minutes, yeah?
Oh, no, I've got to go because I've got a train to catch.
You want to text me your address and I'll send you send you the cash?
I don't really want to give you my address. Just, you know, I don't really know you, you know.
No, it's all right. I'm trying to get the money. I'd love to give you the £100 for being so honest.
Well, £100 would be lovely, yeah, but...
Yeah.
The Mark can't believe that this woman is actually holding out for the cash.
Do you want to pass me back to the guy?
Yeah, sure. Who wants to speak to you?
Hello?
Hi, Andrew. Listen, she's done the right thing, and I just want to thank her for it. I was going to give her 100 quid when I'd come back. Can I just ask you for a massive favour? I'll knock 60 quid off the lens. If you could give her 100 quid.
You want to give her £100 of the money for the lens?
Yeah, and I'll knock 60 quid off the lens for you.
You sure?
Absolutely. Listen, this girl right now has just saved my job and my family. You know, she's done the right thing. So.
Alex lays it on thick and offers the Mark 60 quid off the lens if he gives the girl £100 from the cash he's brought with him to buy the lens.
So I'll only have to give you 150 when you come back?
Only 150 when I come back, yeah. And you've still got my laptop, yeah?
And I've still got your bag here, yeah.
All right, I'll be there in 10-15 minutes, no later. Thanks, Andrew.
OK, that's fine. Thanks, bye.
The Mark is now warming to Alex's generosity. After all, he's getting a 330 quid lens for 150 quid. And of course, he has Alex's laptop as security for the deal. This guy really is the honest type.
I'll give you £100 of my money on the understanding...
He'll give it back to you?
Yeah.
And there's the cash.
Nice to meet you.
Polly waves goodbye 100 quid richer. And the Mark gets his money ready for when Alex returns in 10 minutes with his bargain-priced camera lens. While he's waiting, he decides to call a friend and tell them about his good fortune with the film PR guy.
Do you want me to have a look in the laptop and see if I can get Brad Pitt's phone number? I should take the memory stick and I should run off. He must come back, his laptop's sitting in front of me.
He tries calling Alex, but the phone just rings out. A full 40 minutes later, the Mark checks the laptop bag that Alex left behind, only to find a useless leaflet and some plastic packaging. He's been hustled out of £100 cash, and here's how they did it. When Alex picked up his laptop, he was really just dropping it into Polly's bag. He then left his empty computer bag with the Mark for safekeeping and beat a hasty retreat. Polly then pretended to pick up the lost fob from the floor.
It's yours.
I'll knock £60 off the lens. If you could give her £100.
Okay, that's fine.
She then handed the Mark the fob in return for that cash reward. Polly waves goodbye to the Mark as he waves goodbye to £100. He's been ripped off, and all he's left with is a cheap, empty bag and a useless fob.
I feel like an idiot. I feel angry and stupid.
By all means, help somebody if they seem to be having a problem. But as soon as money's mentioned and you're asked to put your hand in your own pocket, you should just take a step back and ask yourself what's really going on.
Can't collect George Victorian photo viewer.
Earlier today, this guy came to an Edinburgh antiques warehouse to buy a Victorian picture viewer.
You want to buy them, find the person I'm going to sell them to, buy them off them. You're not buying them off me.
But he's ended up acting as middleman in an ongoing dispute between art dealer Rob Marks and his bitter rival Ian Steele, who've been fighting for years over a set of leg irons and handcuffs that once belonged to escape artist Harry Houdini.
As two separate items, you would pay $1,500. Getting them together for $1,000 is a fantastic price. In auction, you'd sell it for 7 to 10 easily. Does that sound fair to you?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Paul's agreed to cut him an amazing deal on the picture viewer, but in return, he's asked the Mark to help him get the cuffs from Alex. He's already given him £2,000 in cash to secure the cuffs, and he's agreed to meet Alex tonight to do the deal in The Feud, Part 2. True to his word, the Mark turns up bang on time to meet Lucien, who's agreed to be on hand to broker the deal.
Thank you. See you soon.
Pleasure. Take care. I'll see you soon. Sure. Take it easy. Bye-bye.
The Mark recognises the two girls he met earlier at the warehouse. It's Polly and Jess, and they also seem to have been having a meeting with Lucien, but are now just on their way out.
Take a seat, dive in.
Thank you.
How are you, man? You all right?
You're good.
You well?
Yeah.
Good. Well, the situation is, Ian is on his way.
All right.
With handcuffs.
All right.
And Rob is stuck in traffic at the moment.
Fine. How are
Long
you?
day? I'm all right. It's been a long day. But,
The Mark buys Lucien's explanation, and right on cue, here comes Alex with the goods.
Hey.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing? You all right?
This is Ian.
Hi.
Hi, I'm George for here. Nice to meet
Hi,
you.
George.
Yeah, George.
Nice to meet you. Thanks for setting this up.
Not a problem.
That's fantastic.
They get straight down to business.
And sorry, I don't want me to ask, but are you in the antiques game? Is that, are you?
Not that much.
That's handy. Neither's Alex.
Now, you mentioned that you gentlemen might be interested in the pair of Houdini handcuffs.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah? Do you want to have, shall I?
Yeah, you can.
Sorry, I don't mean to rush everybody. I'd love to.
No.
I'd love to spend more time. It's just that I only come up for a very short period of time because I'm based out of London, so I've got a meeting to go to after this. Here we go.
And there they are. Harry Houdini's very own handcuffs.
Are you interested?
Yeah.
Would you be interested? The price for these that I'm happy to let them go is $4,000.
There seems to be a misunderstanding here about the price Paul gave the Mark earlier.
1, 2, 3, 4, £2,000.
We heard that actually the price is 2,000.
Sorry, but the price is
4,000.
Yeah. How is that with you?
Let me think on that. Okay. So.
Do you want me to give you?
Yeah.
Do I give you? I've got a bit of time, but I'll give you a couple of minutes so you guys can talk about it.
That's a big problem. Paul told the mark the cuffs would cost £2,000, but Alex is now asking for double that. What's he going to do? Alex heads outside to give them some time to work the money out.
All I can think of, if we give Rob a call and see what he says in the situation, yeah?
Sure. I can give you another 2, then I can, of course, I can buy for 4.
Lucian calls Paul to let him know the money situation and check if he's still stuck in traffic.
Hey, buddy, how are you?
The situation is Ian's saying 4 for the handcuffs.
You're kidding.
How far away are you?
Maybe 20 minutes, but I'm just sitting in traffic right now.
Thing is, Ian's got to go. He's got a flight to catch, I'm guessing, back to London, so...
I mean, if you've got £2,000 on you, Lucian, why don't you give it to the... throw it in there? I mean, I'll cover it, of course.
I know you'll cover it. I've not got the 2 on me now, though, do you know what I mean? I know you're 20 minutes away, but...
You're kidding. I've not got the tape.
He's in traffic. Can you speak to him? Can you talk to him?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I'm going to pass you on now, Rob, all right?
All right, OK.
So Lucian's not got a spare £2,000 on him, but maybe the mark can help.
Let me tell you what I'll do. I'll make you an offer that you can't refuse, OK?
Yep.
You've got £4,000 on you right now, including my 2, yes?
Yep.
Right. If you pay for the cuffs, I will give you the £4,000. So you're covered. You haven't lost a penny. Okay?
Absolutely,
Hold on.
absolutely.
I will give you the viewer with the cards as a fee for doing this for me. So you'll walk away with every penny you brought with you today, plus the viewer.
Paul has asked the mark if he can put the £2,000 he has with him for the viewer, together with the £2,000 that Paul gave him earlier. That'll make up the required £4,000 to buy the handcuffs from Alex. And in return for this, he's offering the mark the viewer for free.
In the meantime, I'm trying to ask the gentleman to stay here a little bit longer.
OK.
The mark's still not biting and suggests that they ask Alex to wait a bit longer until Paul arrives with the cash. But here's the thing, Paul's not stuck in traffic at all. In fact, he's parked right outside in the hustle van with Polly and Jess. And someone else who looks remarkably like Ian Steele. It's time for Alex to go back in and nail the deal.
I don't know if you can wait half an hour.
Oh, no. I've got to be out of here in the next 10 minutes.
Fine. Okay.
But we can, negotiate on
another
price
4.
if that's the problem.
I still say the £2,000. That's why I have
That I can't do. You know, I can meet you at 3.5. You know.
I have to give a phone call. Sorry, I have to.
Yeah, no. Do so. I've got 5-10 minutes.
The mark excuses himself and goes outside to call a friend for some advice. If this doesn't work, then the deal is most definitely off. The mark heads back to the table.
Did you say 3,500?
Well, I said we could negotiate.
Negotiate. 35? Is that okay for you?
This guy drives a hard bargain.
35 cash now.
Cash now.
Fine.
Okay.
Deal.
Hey. Deal.
Finally, the mark hands over Paul's £2,000, along with 1,500 quid of his own cash.
Okay. Hungary?
Right.
Oh, hello. Right.
Sorry, just...
Here come the girls again.
I'm introduced Georgie.
Oh, hi there, I'm Daisy. How are you? You're all right. Nice to meet you. We just forgot this and we forgot our bags.
Seems they left their bag earlier and have come back to get it.
Is this the one?
Oh,
yeah. Sorry, I'll put you in a taxi.
Oh, fantastic. Thank you. Lovely to meet you. Take care.
So,
Bye.
Georgie, I'm going to give you a book of photographs with the cuffs, but the only problem is I've got them in the car. So I'm just quickly going to get in the car. I'm going to give you the key as well. I'm going to be back in one tiny second, yeah?
Alex legs it straight away, but the mark can't wait to get a closer look at the antique cuffs. Don't think Houdini ever wore those. The mark chases after Alex, but it's too late, and the mark is left wondering what just happened.
Oh, hi there, I'm Daisy. How are you?
Distracted by Polly and Jess coming back to get their bag, the mark didn't notice Alex slickly switching the Houdini cuffs box with an identical one containing the cheap furry ones. Alex dropped the original box into the girl's bag and they quickly left with Lucian, running straight out to meet Paul, who had the hustle van running. Then, all Alex had to do was join them. It was that easy.
I'm really angry that somebody that I trusted used me. I gave them £3,500 and they left me here with something like this.
I've just been involved in a crime, and you know what? Put the handcuffs on. Wee. My top tip for anyone out there to not get hustled, if it sounds too good to be true, usually probably, well, it is probably going to be too good to be true. You don't get nothing in this world for free.
The trick the fraudsters have used here is that they've tried to speed up the action so that you end up making a decision, an important decision, far too quickly. Take a deep breath and try and slow down the action. Making decisions hurriedly about important things will almost always end in tears.
If you want to know more about how this show is made, go to bbc.co.uk/realhustle.